longer than you think it's gonna go.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? Like a sea shanty? And then it's all like 80s kind of funky.
You ready to do this?
Yeah.
We're live.
Hey guys,
Yeah, we'll keep it real.
All right.
how's it going?
Hold on. Where's that button for letter?
Right there.
Boom, boom.
You gotta wait for the drop.
Letter. All right. Letter of the day.
I'm serious. I love this song.
Today is brought to you by
Thank
the
you.
letter H. And we're going to go ahead and represent honeydew today. What did we learn about honeydew? You don't have to turn it all the way down. I like it.
No, I like it too.
Yeah.
It's good.
But
It's a
honeydew,
jam.
we watched that video.
I didn't learn anything
You
about
didn't-
honeydew.
Oh, okay, shit.
I wish I could say like, oh, well, I learned this about it.
The
but
fruit?
Yeah, honeydew. You
what
know
do
anything about it?
honeydew?
It's a type of melon.
It is a type of
It's-
melon. The video I pulled up talked about
Every bit of it.
the bit of dew that the insects collect from a plant, and it's called honeydew. But it's like that's not what I was talking about.
Oh,
The
now I'm
fruit,
gonna think about bugs when I
the
eat
wrong
melon.
thing.
Okay.
Happy Sunday.
Wow, we did that. Well,
Yeah.
okay, Jeremy.
H is for honeydew.
Jeremy, who we with today?
We have Gabe Castro with us. What a
Hi.
lovely guest. Oh, thanks for joining us
Yeah,
today.
of course.
Appreciate that.
I'm gonna be your best guest.
Do you like the picture we made for you? Jeremy made
I
for you.
do. That's very
it.
futuristic.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it.
They can
It's
see that, right?
encompassing of your personality, I think, and your skill set.
Because I'm sterile and symmetrical.
You're
Because I remind you of a flight hanger, airplane hanger. Why did I say flight?
I think that you really like Star Fox. It kind of
I
reminded me
don't.
of that. You don't.
I do aesthetically, but I actually
You're
was
not
playing
the
it the other
gameplay.
day.
Gameplay, you don't like
not
it.
fun.
It
The
can-
first one,
Yeah.
or any of them. But no, I do like it, but it's like it doesn't hold up. Let's just say
It
that.
doesn't hold
No,
up.
I loved it back in the day, but it runs at like 7 frames a second. Like
That's not great.
it's impressive for its time.
That's not good. 7 frames a second. Well, thanks for joining us
Yeah,
today.
of course.
Okay, so
Okay, so
I kind of just took over your caption screen. So whenever you want your screen, let me know and I'll just turn off his name. And that way, in case you're watching some smut or something,
yeah,
no one can see it.
that's good. Thanks.
Okay. I'm looking out for you, bro.
Here, check it out.
How come
Check
your
out
face
the-
is frozen too? Jeez, I went to this new screen and everything on it went.
Oh, it doesn't like that screen.
What screen?
I don't know.
The smut screen?
The smut screen.
Who says smut?
What screen is that? Where were you pulling that image from?
I just went to reset the image. I have to go to. I grabbed anything. I grabbed your capture card, and then your background.
We have an actual Doros meter.
Yeah, isn't that
I've
crazy?
only ever seen the plugin. Use it.
Are you seeing my screen now? Really? Like for real?
What do you mean? Your screen's right here. So if I get rid of his name.
Yeah.
Right. Guest image. Is that it? Bam. There's your screen.
Well, that's a beautiful.
There's your
It's
screen.
not my
Thanks,
screen though.
Okay, maybe it's frozen then too.
My screen doesn't look like that. That's what's crazy about it. Are you sure you're on the right capture card? FDH, whatever. it
What
is.
computer is that?
I don't have any other choices but this capture card.
Super weird. Don't worry about it. Moving on. Put something else there.
Gabe's name.
Yeah.
My name and my tunnel.
And I'm a little frozen from time to time. But anyways.
Wait, did Gabe just freeze too? Damn, this is
No, I just don't move.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I
Yeah.
didn't even notice. Got new glasses and everything.
Can you just do 3? Do you have 3 cameras?
I don't. It's what's going on right now. This is entertaining.
We'll have to figure this out. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
How's
I put everything into its own card in the chassis.
Yeah, I get
So
it.
I don't understand the. I honestly think right now the computer has some virus,
I think so too.
and it's not.
It's a bummer, but we're gonna get there.
I think it
Macs are supposed to never get an STD.
Everything's gonna
So
work here.
I don't understand this.
I think it'd be funny, and sorry if I ramble about this sort of thing.
I'm
but
okay with it.
if every podcast was just you guys working on the technical difficulties of the podcast
No,
for like 2 hours, and like,
Mhm.
oh, I guess we ran out of time. Hey, everything works. See you guys later.
Have you
My
And then it's all
apolo-
broken again.
my
I feel like
Matt
that's how it's been
Damon.
going.
It's that kind of thing, right?
That's kind of where we're at.
It is
You
kind
just
of
watch
that.
guys work on
It's,
their stuff.
It's kind of rough.
We have to just abandon things halfway show.
We should do that like on
Just-
purpose. And
Wow.
every time you have like a high level guest like myself, and like you just like waste their time by just working on stuff. Like
Just moving
no,
it
no, we'll
around.
be just a second, and then it's like 2 hours. And God, sorry, everything's working, but oh, you gotta go.
We'll be right with you.
So what you all don't know
Oh,
is
fuck.
that 2 weeks ago it was intentional.
Yeah. completely intentional.
100%. Oh wow.
So you
So
got hard drives everywhere.
Sunday evening. This is a techie kind of show.
Yeah,
We show things like that here. That's
these are for storing data.
it's for M.2.
So you know,
Supposedly it's not going to work in a Mac, which bums
not
me out a
gonna.
little bit.
unless something's changed with the last I tried it, I was still on Mavericks, I think,
You
or El
know-
Capitan maybe.
You know,
It
I
didn't-
don't know.
It's like the bus didn't even see it at like a root level or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the computer didn't even recognize it was a thing.
Oh, it's because it needs to be an MVME.
Right, but I don't even think. Yeah. Okay, I don't even think it worked on the Windows side because I tried to put drivers for it on the
Damn
Windows side. It didn't even like. But this is like a while ago.
Damn
It's like years ago.
Well,
El Capitan.
I need to return it.
We'll try it out
obviously.
first. It's not even
It's
open.
rough.
Yeah, but it's an Evo 970 VNAND flash, and
Where'd
This
you
is-
get that for originally?
This is newer than the one I
Was
tried.
that for the ones that are at your house that need help?
no, this is just for testing purposes.
Mm.
And then I got a PCIe card holder for it too.
I mean, it's worth a shot. Just pop it in.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Because it also helps for
take those.
recording and stuff. It's not that expensive. It's like $80 hard drive.
Do you think it's possible that we're bottlenecking the chassis?
I don't think so.
Do you think? I think it's just the computer.
Yeah, because your computer was fine for like 3 weeks, and then one day you brought it here, and it was like,
It means I
I'm
probably
being
watched some
dumb.
real dirty ass shit that night.
it means you went to the wrong website, sir.
Yeah, that's what it means.
What are we talking about here?
His
Yeah.
computer, he
Yeah.
has one
No,
of
no,
those
no.
touch bar.
What were we looking at?
Oh,
What-
what was I watching that night?
That's why I'm here.
Oh man,
It's intervention.
It
It's
could have been.
intervention.
It could have been anything from like a 7-in-1 gangbang, like a girl taking it, like
Seven
Wow.
and one.
7-on-1.
Yeah, there was a
Seven-
there's a new
seven
Your
girls, one
4-on-1's
guy?
just not going to do it for you?
It was like 7-on-1 anal, and
Wait, at the same time?
no, just in and out, in and out. They just circle
Okay.
around
Oh,
there and
that's-
they take turns. Maybe
This
two
is-
at one time.
I
But
thought this is a clean podcast, but okay.
It's a whatever podcast.
we're trying to figure out what happened to my computer. I'm being honest. She was getting railed.
Do you think if you were watching something less dirty, it would be okay?
It was like it's like
Some
nun,
light, mature
nun
porn.
or something. And it's
Maybe-
like, nah, it didn't infect your computer. It's okay.
Lifetime, maybe some soft porn.
That's
You should call
hilarious.
Apple right now and explain
Tell
this whole
them.
thing to them. Like, does it matter if I was
WhatsApp.
watching? Would it have been better if it was 5-on-1, like something reasonable,
It's crazy.
something like real?
5-on-1 is
Realistic?
reasonable. I figured 3-on-1, you get, there's 3 holes, no weight. That's
Yeah,
reasonable.
3-on-1. That's not. That's a Tuesday
Yeah,
morning,
that's-
morning right there.
Yeah.
Is your Wi-Fi still on?
Oh, you want the Wi-Fi off?
No, is it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You want it off?
No, I don't care. I just
How? What do you think will happen to the signal when I kick it off?
we're not gonna mess with that right now. But we're gonna make a new profile at some point.
So that it's just off?
Yeah.
Well, we're green on the bottom corner. So the bottom corner tells you the speed.
Oh yeah.
And how come you haven't taken the... Oh, that's right. We're supposed to use that other...
Do you know about OBS,
Yeah.
Gabe?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Open broadcast system or something like that.
No, I never used OBGYN or whatever.
OBGYN, yeah. It's cool. You should check it out.
Yeah.
It's good.
I don't know what it is yet. I just
But
have to.
have you opened up Game Stream?
I use Game Capture HD.
Game Capture.
Yeah.
There's another version of it too, though, right? There's just the regular Capture HD as well. Game Capture allows you to do the overlays,
No, I don't think it's that.
your camera. Game Capture's cool.
I mean, it's the first thing I found on the Elgato site or whatever it is.
I feel like I need my computer
Yeah, it's
in
just
front of
Game
me
Capture HD.
so that I can type something right now and pretend that, It's like when you're in a room with everyone with their cell phone out. I
And,
feel-
but you're not. But
Yeah.
you don't have your cell phone out.
and I will intentionally bust it out and be like, oh,
Oh yeah, I can do overlay.
It's cool, right? See the different. You can choose which one you want.
I got
Under
it
the-
just to capture footage.
And
on
then we
live
didn't
stream.
use Elgato because we have to open up a Windows sub on the drive. Or why did we stay away from Elgato for camera sources?
Because it doesn't work with anything other than Elgato.
I mean Windows?
What? Elgato?
Yeah, remember the capture thing that goes into the camera? How come we're not running
It
that?
only works on Windows.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
Okay.
In OBS.
So how do we get Mac to like fix that?
They're not. They don't care. It's OBS. It's Elgato doesn't make the driver for it. For OBS, they only make it for their own thing.
How do we convince them to do otherwise?
Well, it's a Windows problem, not a. It's a. I'm confused. I don't
So-
remember.
So this is the podcast where we just troubleshoot the whole time.
Hey, it's been that way for a minute.
No, I know. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
is.
saying I want to continue that.
Look
Yeah.
at what we added into the desk. We got XLR connectors.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at that.
We're going there.
We're gonna.
This is Desk 2.0.
We need to wire them up next.
Yep.
Well, they look nice.
They do. We haven't plugged into them yet.
I need one of these router things.
What?
a hole saw.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I had to put in a bathroom doorknob, and our bathroom doors are so old, like the holes are smaller, you know, back
Yeah.
in the like 60s, whatever. And I could have used one of those. I took a biggest drill bit I had, and I just went around in a circle. It did fit. It worked.
You did it. Yeah, that works.
But it's all, if you look at the hole, it's just
oblong.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
very oblong. That's the word.
Hey, but it worked, right?
It worked. It's tight.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's awesome.
We like that.
That's pretty awesome.
That's my kind of home repair.
It's listen to your intuition.
Go buy a hole saw kit next time. Do you have a saw? Do you have a drill?
I have
Do
a
you
drill.
have a? Then you need a hole saw
It's
kit.
a Ryobi. It's a cheap one.
I
It's
got
still-
the green
it's still
one.
a
I have
drill.
the same thing.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's no DeWalt. Let's just be
Oh,
honest.
You don't need a DeWalt.
It's no Husky, the Home
It's no
Depot brand,
Husky,
or
yeah.
whatever it's called.
What's the red one?
That's the Husky.
Husky. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. That's the
Yeah,
one.
one of them
Milwaukee makes
uses.
good tools.
Well, Milwaukee actually uses a metal chuck in there instead of a plastic chuck.
Ooh, mine's
You gotta
metal
get
in
that
my
metal
Ryobi.
chuck.
Yeah, makes a big difference.
Don't want no plastic Charles in my drill.
Nope.
Charles. Who's Charles?
Who's that gentleman? Rain something. He's from The Office.
Wilson.
Rain Wilson.
He's hilarious.
He knocks on Billie Eilish's door,
Oh, that was good. I watched that.
and he's like, "I heard that there's a young man here named William Eyelash."
That's right. Honestly, that's the first time I've ever seen or heard of her.
Really?
And I watched some of her music videos. I like her.
Really?
Yeah.
She's pretty amazing.
She's amazing.
I mean, I've heard the name. I didn't.
Yeah,
No.
William Eyelash.
We like her. I like her music.
But yeah, she like grilled her on some pretty hard like office questions. and-
Unbelievable recall.
yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable recall.
It was funny.
It was amazing.
She's like, I can't look at you. I'm just
I'm
ask me the
uncomfortable.
question. Like,
Part of this is you have to pay attention. You have to look at me because I'm that intimidating.
he is with the beard.
Oh, he's a great person. It's pretty awesome.
So,
Jeremy, what does Gabe do?
Gabe is a
Renaissance man.
Renaissance man.
Do you really go to festivals?
No, I mean, I do a lot of things, but that was also a lie. I do like one thing.
Oh. So you're
Jeremy was
saying
about to tell
a
us.
Renaissance man in the fact that you're skilled in multiple areas.
Sure.
But I used to go to a lot of Renaissance fairs.
I've never been to one, but I'm a fan
Great
of the
food.
cleavage.
Oh, God. Shelves.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Shelves. It's shelves.
Yeah.
That's all I got for you.
A lot of floating shelves out there.
Yeah. Well supported shelves. Yep.
So
I did put floating shelves in the bathroom yesterday, and they fell right out. The
No
one
way.
shelf, yeah, the wall.
No
is-
way.
You have like plaster walls, and apparently this wall is real weak in the bathroom. I put the anchors in, everything, pretending like I know what I'm doing. Came right out.
Damn.
Anyways, cleavage, yeah.
Floating
Wow.
shelves.
What do I do, Jeremy?
What do you do? You're a video game and music
Connoisseur.
composer for music,
Mhm.
for video games, movies, TV,
That's right. I have music things.
records, real records, like music records,
Sure.
just to have a record,
Yeah.
kind of thing, like a
Sure.
band. You've
Sure.
been in bands.
Lots of bands.
You're a solo act.
I am. I like to perform solo, if you know what I mean.
You've been known
They call
to
that masturbation.
You've been known to edit a video or two and have it up on like weird places like the YouTubes,
Sure.
and maybe people
Sure.
have found
I
your
have a
work.
YouTube
YouTubes.
channel.
The tube of yous.
Anyone wants to check it out,
Say, what is it?
I'll try to remember what it is.
Well, what is it?
It's just a channel where I put some of my soundtrack.
I
With.
think it's GabeCastro.com.
Is it Gabe Castro?
It is GabeCastro.com, but it's also YouTube/Gabe Castro Music.
There we go.
Should I write
Put it
that
on the
down
screen.
on a piece of paper real quick?
We don't have.
I don't
the
think it's going to
capture
do
work.
anything.
Capture's not working.
Oh,
But we'll put it in the show notes.
Sure.
That's what we'd say.
We
around
needed
here.
to do that a few times though.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's your job, and you don't do it. Time to do it.
I don't know how to do it.
I'll teach you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still learning. He like calls me up and he goes, we're mentioned under gaming. And
For like a month.
I was like, I don't know. He's like, watch a video, look at the bottom corner. It says we're in gaming.
we're
and
not. This isn't gaming.
You don't tag it yourself?
Well, you do,
I just didn't know how.
and then you don't.
And
If you
he's
don't, then
just
you
like,
don't.
You push this button, push
sure.
this button, go through, figure out what we are.
So it wasn't.
And
It was
pick it.
in the wrong category. You know.
I'm learning.
What's the game of like figuring out how everything works?
This is the game of life.
It's the game of.
This is how you set up the most technical podcast
Mm-hmm.
to where you have technical issues every week.
It is the most technical podcast I've ever been to.
It's pretty amazing.
So
We're just shooting for that.
movies, music,
Sure.
TV.
I just did a horror movie. the
You
music
did when
for
you
it,
say you did one. You did music for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
and then I had sex with it.
Yep. And then you did it.
Yeah, it's called The Young Cannibals. It's a horror movie. It won't win an Oscar.
Okay. Ever?
No, I'm just putting it out there. No. Did a lot of 80s kind of John Carpenter music for it. It was fun. I did a game called The Forest a few years back. It's did very well, and now I can't. Never mind. So I'm working on something I can't talk about. It's not related to that at all.
Oh. Okay. So non-related to that, you're working on other things. Basically.
How many people watch this? No. No.
I think we've had like 40 total views
That's good.
of all of our videos.
That's.
But we have 15 subscribers, so I don't understand.
I'm one of them. So.
This is interesting. So I fixed your face, and then his face froze, and then
Yeah.
and I fixed that, and then and it's like, but they're on different cards. They're on different drivers.
I don't know.
The computer has to be like having
Mad.
a mood swing right now.
Trying to bust through my credits here real quick.
But the audio's fine.
So anyways,
Just
you
kidding.
you just did this horror movie, and you did something else that you can't mention
It's not notable.
because you're doing really big stuff
It's
over
not going to
here.
win an
No,
award
no.
either.
I mean, this Forest is one
Hey,
of the
but
biggest games on Steam ever, and it's whatever. Yeah, it's not.
Don't you? If I'm not mistaken, don't you get handed like a video game with no sound? Like no, isn't that what you used to do or something?
Yeah, usually.
And then when
Well,
they mean like no
sometimes
sound,
there's temp
Usually
sound.
before I even see the game, I make music before it. Like I'll be halfway done with the game usually before I even see the game.
okay.
I mean,
and-
they send me screenshots or like videos, but I don't actually like it.
But you have a
Play it.
gist. You
Yeah,
have a gist of like,
yeah.
this is an axe kind of game,
Mhm.
kind of golden age kind of thing.
Talking about Golden Axe.
Golden axe, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Golden
So-
tea.
Golden Tee Golf. It's got to have that good horror music, you know. When you're hitting that trackball, you want to be scared.
when they say no sound, like no sound, like nothing,
Well,
no feet, no,
No,
like,
no. I mean,
no like shing sword, no nothing.
I don't do a
Depends.
lot of sound. I mean, I do sound design for my day job. I work at a game company here. I do all the music and sound for those games. But the other games I'm talking about that I like working on, I don't really do sound design for them. Yeah, they still have sound, or they'll put in temp music. You know, like pulling from
Dun-dun-dun.
other games or movies. And
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
How come Zelda came to mind when you did that?
No, it's Rygar.
how does Rygar go?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you
it kind of
See?
sounds like Superman.
It's kind
Just
of a
realized.
little bit. It's like Superman meets like messed up like Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, how does that go again?
Yeah, there you go.
He's really good.
Clearly,
at playing.
clearly, really
bad at
good.
singing.
Really good at that.
Yeah, I'm working on a VR game right now called Drums of War.
VR game for
there's a
like the
trailer.
Oculus Rift.
Mm-hmm. Is it? Yeah, they're giving me an Oculus for it, but it's an Oculus Touch. I want to say
What's
This
the
is like a
difference?
smaller version.
I think so.
Cool.
No, I have to go pick it up. I don't even know. I can't even. I don't even have a PC to run it on.
What if you were like walking across the room? You know what I mean? Like,
That was interesting. Why?
sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I was like, you're gonna mute our audio. And
What if
creep
you're
us out?
Like
walking
this.
across
If you were like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm on the left side. No, I'm headed over to you. Hey, how's it going? What's
Sure.
going on over here, guys? Hey, how's it going over here? Hey. Anyways, we were talking about like doing like ASMR, that type of stuff. But it's
Mhm.
cool because VR games have that kind of stuff going on in it innately, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing the. I don't think I'm doing the sound design for it, but yeah, especially in VR, you do a lot of binaural stuff. You know what that is?
Yeah.
It's I don't quite grasp what it is yet, but it's like I mean, you know what it is. It's like some sort of stereo field weird thing that I guess a lot of people are doing that with VR. No, I'm just doing like heavy metal music for this game.
Doom rock like you do.
It's kind of stoner
Doomy.
rocky, but it's like a little more traditional metal because it's supposed to be exciting. I'm not supposed to put people to sleep with my doom metal, but it's fun. It's called Drums of War. Check it out. It's
Love
on,
it.
There's a trailer on the YouTubes or something.
That's the VR game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I'm working on that. This is actually someone that worked at the company I work at now quit to make this game, and I just wrote him like, hey, like I do metal, and kind of synced up, and we're kind of working. He designed Tony Hawk Project 8. He worked on a lot of the Rock Band games, Guitar Hero. I mean, Metallica, that kind of stuff.
Cool.
So
Love it.
He knows his stuff. He's really cool.
Wow,
Video games.
he knows his shit. Kind of impressive.
I did some auditions for some TV stuff, and I didn't get them. You want to talk about that?
Sure, let's do
Friends,
this.
Friends
Let's
reboot.
do, let's do this.
Yeah, the
Did you
Friends reboot.
pitch for the
It's called
Friends reboot.
Buds. And it's like a weed theme Friends.
Instead of it being they're not hanging out in a coffee shop, they're hanging out in a weed shop.
Dispensary.
The joint is where they
Could
all
I
join
be
together. Yeah.
Any more baked?
We just joined ourselves together.
He is like one of the biggest Friends
Junkies?
fans I've ever
Sure.
met. Like
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
good way.
I still watch it.
I don't mean
And
in
Saved by the Bell.
bad
Just
way.
I want to throw that out there. And I know it's all cool to like Saved by the Bell. And, yes, I went to Saved by the Max, the pop-up restaurant.
Do you know where we're staying in 2 weeks? We're gonna go to the
Bayside High?
the JW Marriott, and
Oh,
Palm
Palm Springs
Springs again.
episodes. The
Yeah.
2 worst episodes in Saved by the Bell.
I love them though.
No, I watched them again
They're my
recently.
favorite.
Wow.
Can we talk about that?
It's my favorite.
Okay, out of nowhere, the Palm Springs episodes aired. It's a 2-parter. They just show up for Jesse's father's getting married to this young, hot aerobics instructor, Leslie. And
How come I don't remember this episode?
because
Oh,
they're
it's so good.
terrible.
Yeah, they're bad.
Like, they're the 2 worst. Like, I had good memories. I haven't seen them in, years and years. And they just, like, sometimes when I'm making breakfast, I'll just put on Hulu and whatever pops up. And it's always Saved by the Bell. But those episodes popped up. And I sat down for the second one because I'm like, it can't be this bad. Like, the character development is through the roof.
It's
like,
not even that. There's like montage scenes
Yeah.
in them
Wow.
where you're like, did they just have so much footage they didn't know what to do with
There's
these
stuff in
things?
there.
Saved by the Bell is so inconsistent with Zach and Kelly being together, not being together. So they're not together. Then they like get feelings for each other, and then it's this big thing. And then like they're like, "Oh, we should just be friends." I just want to tell her we be friends, and it's just like it's just watch those episodes.
They're
They're.
classic.
I mean,
Wow.
most people think Saved by the Bell is a bad show, and I understand, but those 2 episodes,
Just
oh
even,
my
I
God,
mean,
terrible.
it's like when you go back to it now, and if you were to try to compare it to Friends, you really can't because it is terrible.
Yeah.
Like the coffee shop scenes are horrible. They're just
And
all-
Friends.
No, in
Oh, there's coffee.
It
Oh, the
was-
Max.
Diner.
Yeah,
the
in the
Max.
diner.
The diner.
Yeah, it's a '50s diner.
Yeah, it's the Max.
Yeah, and those scenes are just and the guy that the restaurant that works at the restaurant comes up and tries to
You
talk.
mean Max
Yeah,
or the sexy guy Jeff?
What's
I-
the
There's a
earliest?
sexy guy.
Well, this guy he steals Kelly away from Zach. It's a big moment.
Dude, I feel like I need
Huge.
to rewatch these episodes
'Cause
right
wait,
now, bro.
You don't
Wasn't
have to.
there-
You got me. This is
This
the
is-
Saved by the Bell episode.
Hold
of
on.
this is
Sarah and
there,
Tortoise.
Wasn't
nuts.
there? Wasn't there a time before Slater was on the show?
Well, that's okay. That's yes.
Wow.
There was.
So this is where Jeff was the original antagonist. But then
no,
they brought
no. There was okay.
when they were at the diner, right? Okay, whatever.
Okay, Slater was there at the beginning of Saved by the Bell, the show. I'm glad this is what we're talking about. But as you may know, on the Disney Channel there was Good Morning Miss Bliss, which featured Zach, Lisa, Screech, and Mr. Belding, and it took place in Indiana. Turned into Saved by the Bell, and then later on they rebroadcast those episodes, which is actually Good Morning Miss Bliss. I hope nobody watches this because this is so nerdy. But so that became Saved by the Bell, rebranded as.
Wow.
Even like when they re-aired them, Zach would come on and like introduce the episode and stuff. But so yeah, there's no Zach, there's no Slater, there's no Jesse. That all started
And
with high school, which is all of a sudden now they're in L.A. For Saved by the Bell with Mr. Belding. So they moved to L.A. Zach and Lisa and Screech moved to L.A. with their principal, Mr. Belding, to start Saved by the Bell.
That just sounds weird.
It is
and
weird.
wrong.
But Jeff, okay, so at the Max, it was owned run by Max. He was a magician, played by Ed Alonzo. And then they got the sexy hunk guy later in the fourth season, I believe, third and fourth season. Jeff, a really sexy guy, and Kelly started working at the Max, and they started getting together or liking each other. And Kelly had to break up with Zach at the school dance because of it, and he handled it really well, actually. Yeah. Let's talk about anything else.
So
college years, by the way, went on to go to college years.
The college years were
Underrated.
horrible.
No, they were good.
Serious?
Underrated. Everyone hated it. I hated it at the time. It's good
It's
stuff.
good
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah. No, I did
Just
hate it at the
good-
time.
good
I did.
television.
Yeah.
It's good.
The
prime
transition was
time.
hard.
What's the
prime time Saved by the Bell? That was a bad idea.
What's the oldest TV show you remember watching?
God, I don't know. I used to watch, like Cheers with my mom, I guess, or
Golden Girls?
she watched that.
Cheers
what
all the time.
what
was
was
that
that?
shit like Knots Landing and Dynasty? Those remember
Yeah,
those shows?
no. But dude,
Mork
hold
and
on.
Mindy?
Pinwheel.
Pinwheel.
You weren't like
Uh-oh.
a Nick kid when you were a kid?
We got cable a little later than probably
Fuck.
most people did, but I don't know what Pinwheel is. I
You
remember
know,
Nick Arcade.
Pinwheel?
Mm-mm.
I don't even remember Pinwheel.
Oh,
Pinwheel.
fuck you both.
Sounds made up.
I'm right there with
Why
you.
would I, Gabe? Why would I, of all
I know.
people, make
Pin the
fucking
tail on the
shows?
donkey?
No, Pinwheel.
What was it? Don't look it up. Tell me what it is.
Because we don't got your screen.
I think it
We
was
got
like
someone else's screen.
Was it like a variety show? Was it like
I'm gonna
Roundhouse?
show you guys Roundhouse.
I was a big Snick fan. Are You Afraid of the Dark? That kind of stuff.
You
Did you
don't
know-
remember this?
Did you know that Doug and Ren and Stimpy and I believe Rugrats all premiered on the same day?
Really?
I was looking up something about Ren and Stimpy the other day. I wanted to see if anyone from Ren and Stimpy worked on SpongeBob because why do they look so similar? And there was.
Ren and Stimpy was amazing.
Pinwheel.
You guys don't remember this show?
No.
What? What about the
I
show?
mean,
looks
I kind of
creepy.
remember. I remember this.
what about the show with the mouse on Nickelodeon, with the girl and the mouse and the elevator and the department store and the
Those
whole
are
thing?
very specific things to the show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, sorry. Nope, no Pinwheel for you
No.
guys.
Not a Pinwheel head.
I watched a lot of fucking TV when I was a little kid,
I did too.
like an
I think we got
insanely
cable when I
amount.
was like
I have to
11.
blow my nose for a second. I'm gonna sneeze.
He's gonna
I don't
blow
wanna
his
do that
nose.
in this
I'm
mic.
gonna go do cocaine.
Bro.
Ah. So that Cheers is like the earliest
Cheers, yeah.
thing you remember watching, huh?
I think it was the earliest thing I remember watching that I enjoyed.
Okay.
'Cause I loved Cheers.
I remember watching like TV in my parents' room when I was a kid. And
Oh, like porno?
no. That too, but no. No, like they were watching like Johnny Carson, I think.
Oh yeah, I watched Johnny Carson.
And
for
like
sure, yeah.
there was like the monkey episode where like monkeys were on or something like that.
Oh, like he brought in the animal
yeah,
person. Yeah.
mhm, yeah. I remember that.
No, I definitely watched a lot of Carson.
Late night. I remember being in my parents' room a lot at night and that being on.
My parents didn't have a TV in their bedroom.
No?
It was just for sex.
The
room.
bedroom or the TV?
The room.
Okay.
The bedroom.
Yeah.
Was this when you were living in Portland?
Anchorage, Alaska.
Anchorage.
Yeah.
You moved
I
to
hear
Portland
it's
later
beautiful there.
I moved to Portland when I was 21.
just to
Get out of Alaska.
How many years did you spend in Alaska?
21.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You grew up in Alaska?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear, what does that mean?
Well, because you
No,
said,
I get it.
You said you moved at 21, and it's like you said 21.
You're
and it's
clearly a psychopath.
and it's
no,
like-
no, I get it.
Like, no. That just means that you clearly spent all 21 fucking years
oh,
there.
Yeah.
21 and a
That's true.
half years there.
Yeah.
Because I watched that show about the tribes and the land that no one can get to and no one can move in, and that they're waiting for the tribes to die.
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
So the government can take over the land.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where you grew up.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
You know, people don't seem to know this, that Alaska is about 3 times the size of Texas.
Alaska is the size of California, Texas, and they put something else into it. But,
I like that, though.
But yeah.
I've just been saying 3 times Texas my whole life.
No, it's California, Texas.
You know,
and
they
something
screw.
else.
They put us on the map in that little corner.
My brother, for the longest time, and his most amazing thing to me, he came to me and he goes, I just want to admit this to you. He's like, forever, I thought Alaska was down there next to Hawaii.
Yeah, for sure. I would too. Oh, isn't Alaska that state next to Hawaii that has that hard-edged line for no reason?
Straight line.
On the right side.
How did the ocean do that?
Yeah.
Russia used to own that shit, man.
It's
I don't
true.
doubt that.
We got that shit from
the
'em.
Bering Strait.
Seward's Folly,
We took them.
where Robert Seward bought it in the 1800s for 2 cents an acre, Alaska.
Wow. So it's kind
They
of like
didn't care
the
about it.
You know, and it was Seward's Folly. They like, why would you do that? It's such a idiot thing to do, and I still think it was
A lot of oil rights there, though.
a lot of oil. Economy's doing pretty bad right now, though.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, last many years.
People moving out of there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to stick around.
Mm-hmm.
why
It's tough.
Well, it's not a great place to live. Good place to visit, I'm sure.
great salmon.
Yeah, the salmon's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's great. Yeah, I love salmon.
It actually is like real. It's so red. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they don't dye it. Yeah.
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 it's,
When I remember when I moved out of Alaska, and you see on the package of salmon, it's just like, you know, they add like the
Yeah.
pink dye to it.
the
I'm like,
color. Yeah.
what
'cause
color was this thing? Like just
Gray.
gray,
white, Yeah.
soylent looking crap.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
Farm salmon.
but I hated fish when I was a kid, and I love it now.
Fish is amazing.
It was probably a primary source of protein, and that's probably why
Sure.
you're over it.
Well, yeah, and also we'd go fishing, and you catch your limit every time you go, and so everyone has that freezer in the garage. You know, it's just
Yep.
a freezer.
My father's got
Packed
one.
of fish. Everybody's
Yeah, my
like,
father's got that freezer.
yeah.
Yeah. He tells people to come over and empty it.
Oh, yeah, all the time. People in Alaska try to do that. It's like,
Yeah.
why the fuck would I do that? I have a fucking freezer.
Yeah,
full of-
full. Yeah, because they come back with like 80
Halibut.
pounds of salmon, and then it's like,
Yeah.
and they're giving it to everyone they work with.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is kind of a weird survival thing now that I think about it. I mean, obviously, we could go to the store and buy food, but everybody would have this like you're saving up for the winter, really, when you can't fish, which is most of the time.
When you can't leave sometimes, you can get packed in for a while if it's really bad
Well,
winter.
not in Anchorage, but yeah, other parts, yeah.
Yeah.
Up further north. Anchorage is like the kind of south, I guess. South
It
Central.
can get bad there,
I
too.
grew up in South Central, you know.
It can
Alaska. You know, people don't think I'm hard, but
What's the worst shit you had to deal with growing up? Like the one
this girl
storm.
broke up with me once. I didn't like
Shoveling
that.
snow was not that bad. Huh?
No, it was so bad. Are you kidding me? Do you want lower back pain when you're 14 years old? Shovel snow. Live in Alaska. Shoveling snow is probably the worst thing. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm getting angry right now. My dad
the
making me
worst.
do it. I'm like, why don't you do it?
I'm
Like,
from California. I had our Corey. We
we
grew up
have
with.
leaves to
You know
blow.
what I'm saying? And the storm hit Tahoe, and I was in Tahoe, right? And I was like, well, fuck it. And
You
we're
even
talking,
have a shovel?
we're talking 7-8 feet, and the snowblower, and so I was like, I'm all about this shit. Give me the
Yeah.
snowblower,
Oh,
and let me do this
fine.
shit. And you know, everyone is outside. Everyone's inside looking at me like,
You're crazy.
what the fuck's wrong with this kid? And I'm happy as shit because I never used a snowblower before.
That is funny.
And I just, in that one moment, I looked at him and I was like, I drove all the way from California, all the way the fuck up here to snowblow your driveway.
I'm sure that was fun. Yeah.
Fuck. But for me,
Fuck that.
never being able to snowblow anything before in my life, it was
Yeah.
the most entertaining that you could fucking move the thing.
Yeah,
and
no, we
spray
had a
it and-
snowblower for a brief period of
Yeah.
time. Like my dad bought, my dad was very frugal and bought some like used one that lasted like a week or something, or like maybe
Shit.
like a month. And then, but other than that, all shovel, and like old heavy metal shovels, not these fancy new plastic ones.
Oh man,
It was like
the real one.
just the shovel itself sucked. It was like just, oh, God. Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst thing. Good job. Well, that and the internal darkness and stuff, but
oh fuck.
um,
So how long and when does that happen?
well, again,
3 months out of
I'm from-
every year you get no sun.
like I said, I'm from South Central, so it's a lot better there. But like, you know, the further north you go, the worse, the more extreme it is. But we'd have like this, they call it the land of the midnight sun. Sun would be out till like midnight in like June, and then the opposite in the winter, it'd, you know, be like dark at like 3-ish, 4 maybe. Yeah.
The land of the midnight sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you got blackout curtains.
Place of the crazy people.
Well, I would do foil on the windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the place where your
Mhm.
your neighbor's like, oh, it's light out. I'm gonna mow my lawn, and you're like, it's 3 a.m. And he's told me stories about this, and you're like, dude, and he's like, we don't know if it's gonna be good for the next couple of days. I gotta get it in now.
No.
Yeah.
No. I just like no. 3 a.m. You
It's
mow
a
the
weird
lawn.
place to be.
My dad did a lot of trips to Anchorage, so
right.
we would be there, and kids would be outside skateboarding at 3 a.m. And I'd be like, dude, and they're like, dude, we don't
You can't
get
sleep.
this all the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
so we skateboard in the middle of the night because
We're gonna
It's
lose the
Everyone's up
sun.
anyways. Saying,
flight out.
Yeah. I think that's where I get my bad sleep schedule from. That I still
I'd
have.
imagine so.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I mean, a lot of people go crazy up there because of it.
Mhm.
Well, it's like Seattle.
It's like
People go
if it-
crazy.
Well, yeah, then I moved to Portland where it rains more than half the time.
Yeah.
Portland rains more than Seattle.
Portland
People
has
don't
the
seem
most.
to realize.
Oh, it's awesome. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it rains over half
Oh,
the time.
Way more than
It's true.
half the time. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I think it's like 60-something%.
Yeah, because Portland was, or no, sorry, Seattle was over 300 days, or was it over 300 days a year?
That'd be like 90. That'd be like 85% of the year.
Well,
or
because in the
something.
middle of the summer, there's like 2 weeks no rain, and everyone's lawn dies.
Oh yeah.
And we're not talking rain every day; we're just talking mist.
Sure. Yeah.
Because people are still walking in shorts and
Yeah.
t-shirts. The mist dries from your body heat.
I like the rain today. I love the rain. I love the
It was
rain.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Portland has the most amount of strip clubs per capita
Oh,
in
sure,
the city
yeah.
of the United
Yeah,
States.
that's everyone's favorite fact.
It's
yeah.
amazing. It's absolutely
That's
amazing.
good. The Acropolis I used to go to a lot because it was a part steakhouse. No. Like the owner owns a butcher shop that was across the street, and you get like, you know, $3 steaks and stuff. Like, and they had a
Strip
salad
club
bar.
with
That was
steakhouse,
very
huh?
sketchy. Yeah.
Strip
A
club
salad bar?
Strip
Yeah,
club salad bar.
I never ate at that salad bar, but people did. They
That
looked like
sounds
they ate there
scary.
every day.
Strip club salad bar.
Like a Sizzler salad bar.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it was a pretty raunchy strip club. Aside from that, too,
Strip club salad bar. You gotta love that.
That's I don't know.
Woo.
Acropolis. I'm sure it's still there.
I'm sure it's still there.
Yeah.
It just makes me want that.
Next
you
to
know the
the
vanilla
Chinese
chocolate, the
place.
yogurt machine at Sizzler. Like you had to finish
Mhm.
eating, and then your parents would let you go run and like raid the little dessert thing.
Right. My parents wouldn't let me touch the salad bar.
No?
No.
Why?
Wow.
Germs.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I didn't have like crazy germaphobe parents though. It's really weird. That was like the one thing. Like I couldn't eat at the salad bar if it was a restaurant that had one. That's weird.
They
I
just
just
want-
remembered that.
'cause people sneezed on it or something.
I don't know, or worse.
Worse.
Pick their
Call-
butt, touch the food.
That's like
Crazy.
that's how I feel about the peanuts at a bar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or when you walk
Any
into
kind of that food that's
that,
been out for a while. is
Five
kinda-
Guys and Fries has like the thing of peanuts, and you can just reach into it, and it's like I don't know
Really?
how many buttholes were scratched before someone reached into
Yeah.
that peanut tub.
including mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're gonna crack it open and
No, butt on crack. I don't give a fuck. Butt on shell. Butt on no.
So
butt
every
on shell.
peanut
no.
you eat, you're sure not to touch one part of that shell
and
on
then
your
your
lips.
fingers. and
Those
your
shells are
fingers.
going to touch your lips,
And your
Jeremy.
fingers, you're
And you know
popping
what?
it with your
Those
finger.
shells have been up there.
Yeah.
Can I
yeah.
tell you guys
Basically.
something? There's poop on everything.
Oh God, yeah.
Like it just
I would be afraid to get one of those like
Those
lights
signs-
in my own
statistically
house. Like,
speaking.
Those signs at McDonald's, the fucking
The arches?
you order signs when you walk in. They did a wipe study on them, and 99.9% of them have fecal matter on them. Because like people come out of the bathroom, don't wash their hands, and then fucking do self order and get shit all over the fucking thing.
Yummy.
that's disgusting. I'm gonna turn into one of those like people that doesn't leave the house. I mean, I don't
You
leave
got
the house
Purell
already.
around your neck.
But
and
yeah,
you're
I'm
just
gonna
like,
be like one of those like the outside world is gonna kill me people. I already know it. I'm starting to get allergies for the first time in my life, and they're bad.
These shirts on your head.
What's that?
That's hilarious.
Probably.
I'm not gonna ever leave my house. The boy in the bubble.
Can't leave my house.
I'm.
There's disease out there.
My doctor says I'm probably allergic to my cats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I started.
Out of nowhere.
That just
Probably.
happened to me. I was not normally allergic to cat dander, and then I started working with a new physical therapy client,
Mhm.
and she has a cat, and a lot of the work we do is at her house because she's Just
Yeah.
limited.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. And so the cat's like in my face, and I normally would never be responsive to cat dander, but now
Mhm.
my eyes swell,
Yeah.
and it's like,
I'm getting the hot throat and then like the
Yeah.
thick mucus in the back so bad that sometimes when I eat like a salad, like a piece of lettuce will get stuck in my throat.
oh,
I'm like, oh, I got throat cancer now. And then I went to the doctor for it. I'm like, look down there. Just tell me how bad it is. And they're like, oh yeah, that's a lot of mucus. I'm like, what? I'm like, they're like an abnormally amount of like a normal amount of mucus. You have allergies. I'm like, no, I don't. It's this whole thing. Now I take allergy medicine.
Mucinex. You take
I
it.
take Mucinex too, but that
Yeah.
that problem. And as soon as I started taking it, problem gone. Like 2 days gone.
Crazy.
No food stuck in my throat anymore. Like every time I would eat, just like a little, like a little one thing of rice, just like stuck. It just like sticks
just
to the
annoying.
gross.
Yeah. Then you sound like a cat.
Yeah. My girlfriend loves that.
Where's your other pin? I mean,
Watching
now
Game
that
of
you've made a
Thrones.
cloud out of this room.
I didn't make a cloud in this room. I blew it underneath.
Yeah, it came up.
Over there?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's just like pff, in my face. And then my brain went, he's got another pen.
I don't.
It's in the car.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So
He's making me feel sober.
what
He's like 6 deep.
you were talking about maybe doing some game streaming. You're into that, right?
I do want to. Well, I'm a big retro game fanatic, and I got the Elgato 60 HD
Like retro
60S.
16-bit.
Yeah, 8 and 16-bit mostly. Sometimes 32. Who knows? But so I wanted to see how it would capture. I have like a device that upscales because old consoles don't work well on flat screens. They look like crap.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this really expensive upscaler called the FrameMeister, and it was producing some weird video noise. So I actually got this new one. It's actually half the price, called an OSSC, and it is so good. I put my FrameMeister on eBay right away. But yeah, so I have like I can get into details of all that stuff. It gets very technical, but basically, I want to capture game footage because I want to make like a YouTube show. I have some comedian friends, or just friends that want to come over and hang out on my couch and
Play some retro
My idea
games.
was like comedians in cars getting coffee, but like it's my friend Brent Weinbach, who's a comedian, has a lot of his friends with like Eric Andre and all these people. Like, how cool would that be? He would be the host of the show, and just comedians just play old games and just bullshit, and that's the show. Like little
Love it.
15-minute episodes, 10-minute.
Love it.
Do it.
Yeah, no, I definitely am doing it. So I have a duplex with my girlfriend, and her side is like 2 1-bedroom apartments, and hers is a normal apartment. Mine is my music studio, and since I didn't need 2 kitchens, I turned my kitchen into a game room. So I have it's 1,000 cartridges, like all on the walls and
Super
stuff.
cool.
And I have the old TVs and stuff.
Sounds
so
amazing.
it is amazing.
I love how the fact that you're like, honey, you get 1 plex,
Yeah,
I get the other plex.
yeah, it was
But I'm gonna
perfect.
use your kitchen.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And your bathroom.
I wish,
But my
yeah. I would like, but no, the game kitchen I call it still has like the sink in the corner, and so it's like 1/3 a kitchen, with the sink, and then
you still have water.
yeah,
There's
exactly, yeah.
But there's no fridge in there.
There is a fridge in there.
Oh, there
I'm
is?
getting rid of it, but it's just our old fridge from our old apartment. I have no other. I mean, I put some food, drinks,
Put water
drinks
bottle,
in
yeah,
it.
beverages.
I want like a little fridge, but it's like
Yeah.
it's not the normal size. It's like a 3/4 size, but whatever. Yeah, so I got this game kitchen. There's a couch in there and all this stuff, and yeah. So and I need to get a camera, so I was looking at your cameras, and yeah, just make a little show. I've been practicing Premiere and stuff, editing, and but yeah, I never captured footage before, not since like the '90s when I had
It's totally different. It's a
I had
different game.
a PCI card with I think the best it had was S video on it.
Oh yeah.
So I
had
could
one of
capture from my
those.
VCR or something.
Yeah, of course.
And it had a tuner on it, or the coax on it.
Oh.
It was an ATI, I remember.
Yep.
I saved up so much for this.
What was that called? It was
$400
called the
card.
ATI
All-in-one.
All-in-One
Something
Wonder
or other.
Pro, the
Something
All-in Wonder
I
Pro
think
or
so,
something
yeah.
like that. I think, right?
Yeah. But it's amazing. I got this Elgato off eBay. I think it was like $100 for the 60S, and it's right out of the box, just works perfectly. But yeah,
Also has a HDMI out on it as well, right?
yeah.
So it can do through.
Yeah, so right now I have just like a flat screen TV and all the consoles under it, but I actually have 2 old CRT TVs. I want to put one. I have this whole system where, I could send one signal to TV, one signal to the upscaler, which goes into the Elgato. So we're playing and watching the CRT TV, but I'm getting like HD quality captures like on the side.
That's rad.
basically.
That's killer.
I just need a camera and a mic or something. I don't have a good mic.
I mean, really, just
It's
you don't have a good mic.
No, not for like a room.
Do you want to? I have a hang mic, a boom mic. You can have it.
Yeah,
We got it from the school. I got a couple of them.
I would love that.
Yeah.
You don't have.
What do I have to do?
And a sock. I don't. Fuck, you have to pick it up or find a. Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of work.
What?
Give me an address.
Okay. Come hang out in the game kitchen.
Yeah.
Both
There
of
you
you.
go. Yeah. 100%.
We'll have to come. We'll have to come and be the
Be on my show.
starters of your show.
That's
so
right.
We can like test it out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We know a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I know very little about that stuff. So that'd
We've
be
been
great.
rocking OBS for a little bit now. We like that.
It's only been 2 years.
I'll check that out.
Jeremy was funny one day. He's like, "When did we start?" And then I showed him the first broadcast date, and it was like October 2017.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, "We've been doing this that long, and we ain't succeeded yet."
Takes work, man.
It's like,
Got to keep working at it.
patience.
You're gonna
dig
be
a
the next
trench.
Leo Laporte over here.
Patience.
His studio's cool. I like his studio.
Who?
Costs a lot
Leo
of money.
Laporte, yeah.
Brick house.
Spent a lot of money on that shit.
Yeah.
So
Well,
do you ever connect your computer so people can see? Yeah, you do. So people can see.
We
your screen.
do, but I didn't bring the right power supply.
Just don't be like Leo.
And then on top of it, don't be like
And then
Leo.
this isn't working.
For some reason, it's not showing up.
Is this the one that I had, or this one you had?
It doesn't matter. It's over there. So
Yeah,
you're not
he's
seeing
like
that.
broadcast his dick pics.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Really?
See, you could look it up. See what Leo Laporte's dick looks like.
What is over where?
The capture.
Your
goes over
screen,
here.
in particular, keeps freezing.
We're gonna figure it out.
Don't-
We know a
Don't
tech
take
guy.
away the Gabe tunnel.
We know a
Just take Mike out.
tech guy.
Dead air.
Yeah.
We like dead air.
It's very relaxed
Sucks.
here. I like it.
Yeah, we're not that
This is-
pressured.
No, you
We're
gotta
not-
make mistakes to grow, man.
Part of the long form deal of like an hour, it's hard to just stay on top for an hour.
An hour. It's like
Okay,
2
so,
hours.
so
It should-
Mike, I want
That's what it should be.
when you pointed over there and said there's one over there, I just want to
Mm.
make sure, like, did I have one, or was that
You
the one?
did.
Okay.
You had this one. It's made by GigaWare.
Means
I
it's
don't
crap.
know.
It's okay. But do we point over here? Is there another one over here?
No, it goes into this thing. See this thing over here?
Oh.
It's USB to capture. It's USB 3. But
Okay, so
whatever.
here's a mind fuck for you. Is that I pulled your blue line and I put it into a different port on the. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yeah.
you think that could have?
Yeah, we've talked about this. It's okay.
I feel right now.
There's a reason why it stays plugged into there and it
To
doesn't
the second one
change.
and not the
well, I don't
first one?
know. That's why it just stays in there and then I don't have to think about it.
Oh.
But anyways,
Should I move it back?
No,
Are you sure?
positive. 100%.
Okay.
We're gonna spend hour 2 troubleshooting the hardware part of the podcast.
While listening to some
It's okay. Gabe.
royalty-free
You
jams.
you just hang out for a minute, you know?
I'm excited
we'll
about.
get right back to you.
I'm excited about going to the JW next 2 weekends from now.
What-
That's what
oh,
that
yeah.
place is. We're gonna
Yeah.
take that boat ride.
Yeah.
I'll send you footage again.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
I'm being special right now, dude.
It's okay.
It's my problem is that I kept realizing that I'm like paying attention to Gabe because he's our guest.
That's because I'm
You're
Amazing.
supposed to be.
charismatic.
You're supposed to be paying attention to
Amazing.
your
Yeah.
guest,
And then I probably want the camera over here
so you can look towards him.
so I can look toward.
So it looks like you're paying attention to him a little bit or something.
Yeah, instead of like
Oh,
side
yeah,
face the
yeah.
whole time.
I like that.
Hey,
Yeah.
how's it going over there?
Good. Oh,
Yeah.
I can see you.
Baby
Mike's
steps.
here.
Baby steps.
Hey,
Didn't even know you're here.
didn't even know he was here the whole
See you
time.
looking right
huh?
at me now.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
What are we doing here?
It's like that.
We're doing a podcast.
It's like that.
Is it called a podcast when you
Okay.
have microphone or video
No, this-
cameras?
I have this conflict. Okay,
Video podcast.
a
Video
podcast
podcast.
was called a podcast when we used iPods for storage devices.
Mm-hmm.
And you would go to iTunes and you would download the file onto your iPod
Mhm.
and you would listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
We don't use iPods ever. They're gone. And if you still have one in a drawer somewhere, I do. I have two.
Yep.
You can't even update them. You stick it in, the computer goes, what are you trying to do, you idiot?
What do you mean? You can still synchronize music.
You can
with it.
load shit on it, but you can't update it. It's done.
Why would you update it?
But that's what I'm saying. It's
What are you gonna make it do beyond what it did before?
be more efficient.
Efficient.
I
What are
don't
you
know.
talking about?
We update
It
shit.
stores a file and plays it.
Yeah, but there was updates.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, it's out of its updates,
Whatever.
man.
Yep.
We don't use it.
Those are the days.
So why don't we just call this an I broadcast?
Why don't we just call it the fucking vlog?
Why does I have to
vlog
be in
number,
front of
whatever. I anything. I agree. It doesn't have to.
it? I don't get this. Can we just call it a live video broadcast?
A live. You can call it a live whatever. The
So a
F
live
you
video
want.
LVB?
Sure.
An
Someone probably
It's
owns.
catchy.
Someone probably owns the
An
rights
L-
to that too, right?
An LVB.
Remember that whole thing that was going on where people were getting sued for having
Everything?
a podcast?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if you're using the word
Mhm.
podcast, we own
Yeah.
the rights to that,
To the
and
word
therefore you owe us
It's like
for
those
that form.
patent trolls and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Can we call it a pedcast instead of a podcast? We'll change the
don't know.
vowel. Or a
But
pidcast.
I know that Ace Man was like going after people because of that. He spent some of his own personal money, Adam
Oh,
Carolla,
yeah.
based on that because people were like suing people over that.
Stupid.
Whatever, it's crazy.
I agree. It's
Twit calls them netcasts.
Netcasts. Oh, netcasts you love from people you trust. That's a good.
It's
That's a good
I-
slogan.
a good way around the word pod.
Yeah, netcasts you
just
love.
call it a tortoise and hare cast.
A hair cast.
Yeah.
A cast hair.
Sounds wrong.
Did you know it was National Turtle Day last Friday?
Trill Day?
Didn't I send you a picture
Turtle.
of a turtle
Turtle.
or something like that?
Well,
I
I think
remember
you did
it.
because you responded to something I sent you.
Oh,
Which
you sent me a
was-
tortoise thing.
I sent you a picture of don't open the gate because you'll let our tortoise out,
Oh, that's right.
which was kind of cool. But
Was-
there was a huge tortoise.
But that
back
was
there.
on Tortoise Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, Turtle Day though,
Yeah,
not Tortoise Day.
it's the same. Turtles or tortoises?
Dia de Tortuga.
No.
Tortoises are a species, right?
Yes.
And so in that species you have breeds. Snapping turtle would be a tortoise.
What about when you got like a turtle head
Pretty
poking
sure it's
out?
the other way around.
Is it? Are tortoises a turtle?
I think so, but not that.
I thought so too, but I don't know.
We're talking to the turtle right now.
I'm no Steve Irwin.
No one's a Steve Irwin anymore. Let me tell you
His
that.
son's doing pretty good.
Are tortoises turtles?
T-U-R-T. Yeah, turtle or tortoise.
This is great watching.
Turtle or tortoise. Turtles.
What's the difference between a tortoise and a turtle? I think one's a reptile and one is a vegan.
Do you ask Google questions like, what is, like you write it out?
No.
I do now. But remember when that was like really weird? It was like a whole Ask Jeeves kind of thing. Like you'd see like old people write like, what's the difference between,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now I do it.
If tortoises are turtles, why not just call all turtle-like creatures turtle? Because if the animal you're referring to is a tortoise, some wise guy is going to correct you every
So
time.
are tortoises a turtle?
I believe that's the case. If tortoises are turtles, but turtles are not tortoises.
There was a really good instrumental band called Tortoise.
Wow, you
Tortoise
are
and the Hare.
correct. All tortoises are in fact turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoise.
They
But not-
belong to the order of testudines. Testudines. That's a fuck. Sounds like a dinosaur.
We just bring shit up until there's something Googleable, and then we
And we go
Google
for
it.
Did you know Ninja
Hey, is-
Turtles and like
Is your camera working?
No.
I just figured we go back to
Probably
the
not.
technical error.
they called it, and I think it was Europe, Teenage Mutant Hero.
Hero turtles.
Yeah, even like the
Teenage
Nintendo
Mutant
games were
Ninja
called
Turtles.
Why not
Teenage
mutant
God, something
ninja?
They hated ninjas. I don't know. Same reason they made Contra into robots instead of people.
Pizza guy's late. Free pizza, man.
I just don't understand how I can go from tortoises to how tornadoes form all in the same feed.
Maybe it's a tornado of tortoises.
That would be
What?
scary.
That would be
This
crazy.
is from the
If a tornado-
creators of Sharknado. Tortnado.
Tornado.
Tornado.
And you thought snakes on a plane. Now, tortoises in a
You know
tornado.
what's funny is I always believe like someone comes out with a new technology, like a new way to edit something or shoot something or whatever, and they're like, "Well, we need to come up with a way to test this."
Yeah.
Someone's like,
It's like a terrible movie.
"Yeah, snakes on a plane. What are you talking about?"
Wow.
Got snakes in a drain. It just comes out of toilets and people are pooping.
That's horrible. That's a lot of people have a nightmare.
No, I know.
That's like a fear.
There's your movie.
Huge,
Where's Sam Jackson?
huge fear about that. That's crazy.
Well, because when you have an outhouse, it happens.
Well, how many people have an outhouse right
Happens
now?
The
or
Midwest, it happens often. Like, people
Happens
still
or
The
have-
not?
Midwest, Michigan's just full of
Not
outhouses.
Michigan. I'm thinking Southern, bro. You go down
said
south.
Midwest.
Well,
No, I'm with you on that.
I mean, I
Arkansas,
Kansas.
99% outhouses.
Yeah.
99%.
No potable water anywhere around
No.
there.
No, 99%.
They don't watch this show because this involves technology
Yep, and they don't have internet.
or brains.
So what did Jeremy posted something the other day? It might have been Jeremy. It might have not been Jeremy. I don't know. But it was something about that abortion law.
Yeah.
And then he said, like, all of a sudden in 10 years, everyone's going to be inbred. Something like,
Yeah.
yeah. Or because you can't kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
they're not already.
You can't abort
Yeah.
what you inbred. And so now you
Yeah,
have to.
scary.
You got to populate it with.
Scary.
Yeah. I can't finish that thought. Too much fear.
Scary.
It's just- I will not
Well,
drive
I'm all
into that
for it,
town.
Who
I
was
think
This is an all right
I think
podcast,
it's an amazing.
right?
Who was it that married their cousin or something? Was it Jerry Lewis?
No,
Is that right?
well, yeah, but also
Was this
Rudy,
a
Rudy
once-
Giuliani.
What?
His
Second-
first wife was
second cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Come on.
That-
Not once
Fucking
removed,
idiots.
just second cousin.
Come on.
Oh, there's nothing removed about it.
I have a hard time just believing that. Really?
Look it up. Yeah.
You got the computer in front of you.
Yeah.
Don't mean to get all political.
Yeah. Hey, you never know, man. I feel like it was watching Game of Thrones when when
It's more interesting.
when Jon was fucking his cousin, the Dragon Queen.
I'm not
That's his.
familiar.
It's his aunt.
Sorry, his aunt.
I'm not familiar enough with the show.
And the
Daenerys Targaryen. Yeah,
and,
I
they,
know
and
what
they're
you're talking
used
about.
to
I'm not like
they're
into the
used
show
to
like
sleeping
you.
with each other, so it's okay with
Yeah.
that culture, but it's not okay with the other.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you had the two brothers and sisters.
Yeah, oh,
Brothers.
that shit was not okay.
Lannisters.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
hot. Right? Or terrible. Oh,
That was horrible.
they're both very good-looking people.
Yeah, that's just
Can't
and
believe
then
they would have that on
and then
the show.
and then that one pirate dude's like bragging about banging her, and he's looking at him like I was hitting it too.
The
You don't
whole
watch
village
the
was no,
Game of Thrones show?
No.
Really?
I've watched.
I don't care when people don't watch it. I started watching it because my girlfriend, Robin, made me watch it. Like
She
2
withheld
years
sex.
ago,
She was
3
like,
years ago?
you will watch this.
it did do a lot for me in that department. No, like I didn't want to watch it because it was like Lord of the Rings looking crap, but it was pretty good. And then it was bad, and then it ended. And I'm so happy. That
There was some really good parts.
I'm
like
so
the,
glad I don't have to watch
the
it
Red
anymore.
Wedding was pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
Like it was a red
Did
wedding.
you see the meme that said "Sorry, your dragon show sucked"?
This Bart Simpson one? I passed that around.
That is so pathetic. Like all those petitions, like "Ooh, like remake the 8th season. Like who are these people? These armchair
don't know.
directors.
You can't
and
make
stuff.
so they got 3 spin-offs already in writing,
Yeah, one was real obvious.
and they're gonna change.
Arya
Yeah,
one.
they're just gonna Arya going to the world that's unknown and
Westeros.
Yeah, so they're just gonna chase the main characters.
Things are done. Things are done.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
gonna-
it's done.
Things
They
are done.
massacred
Be
it in
done
that
with
last
it.
season. They destroyed the storyline so fast.
Remember Perfect Strangers? The show
No.
with
Oh,
Balky?
of course, Balky.
Did you know that was a spinoff?
Yeah, of
Of-
course. It was a spinoff of. Fuck.
I love the spinoff quiz. I used
It
to
was
do
a
it all the time.
spinoff of. Wasn't it a spinoff of Will and Grace? No, before, what was the
No.
Will and Grace of that time? It was a spinoff of that show.
What was Mork and Mindy? a
Whatever the
spin-off of?
no,
Happy Days.
That's right. Mork was with Yeah.
And
But it-
Joni and Chachi was also
but
a
it
spinoff. wasn't
intersected. But it intersected at what was the Shemizov?
Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
they
right.
were neighbors.
That's right.
Laverne and Shirley were neighbors with
Fonz?
Mork and Mindy.
Oh, okay.
And the Jeffersons was a spinoff of.
Because wasn't it called Mork
Something.
and Mindy?
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
was the name of the
No,
show.
no. Yeah.
What did you say before that? You said something before that. Mork and Mindy. Were you saying that?
No, there was
No,
a-
I'm sorry. I was gonna say Family Matters was a spinoff of Perfect Strangers because Carl was the security guard in the newspaper
Oh
place
shit!
and his wife. Yeah, I'm sorry. I totally set that up
No
all wrong.
way.
I
Yeah.
never connected that.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I'm full of fun facts like that.
That's insane. He's looking it
You
up.
want to know
He's just-
what was the Jeffersons spinoff of? I want to say All in the Family. But that
Jeffersons?
sounds racist. Like
No, it wasn't the spinoff of
it was a spin-off of something.
the Garbage Guys.
Talking about Rock.
Okay, Jeffersons was a
I want to
spin.
say All in the Family, but I think it was All in the Family.
Jeffersons
didn't
was a
watch.
spinoff of what show? All in the Family. You're
Boom.
right.
Wow.
Carol O'Connor.
He's just killing it. He's just killing it. Killing it, bro.
I'm just full of
This guy's good.
useless knowledge. That's my whole life.
Remember Benson?
Of course.
That was a spinoff, right?
Of soap?
Silver
no.
Spoons?
No.
What?
You just took a turn where I'm lost.
Benson. That was a good show.
Soap, you're right, motherfucker.
Soap?
This
I
guy
was
is
soap.
unstoppable. This guy's
Who knows soap anymore?
nobody.
Nope.
Nobody.
Nope.
Boom! I nailed that. Give that to me.
Benson, do you
Yeah.
remember that show? It was
Not
such
only
a
do I
good
know
show.
Benson,
No.
I knew that was a spinoff.
Was this at the
So
same time of like Wonder Years or what?
Before that, this is like
Yeah, well,
70s, late 70s. I'm gonna say
79 to 86.
Yeah.
I was
there
you
you go.
can't. Yeah, I was about to say you can't. You don't go back before 78
I watched that when I was a kid. Or
for
rerun.
quality.
I guess I was.
That was popular right around the time that, like, maybe just before Silver Spoons was popular, and then
Yeah, I feel like Silver Spoons is like 81 or maybe 80. I don't know. I didn't really watch that. I didn't like Ricky Schroeder.
No.
I don't know.
Huh?
It's rubbed me the wrong way as a child.
Okay. Did he
No.
rub you as a child?
It's like to say.
Very
If I was an
inappropriate.
adult, it'd be totally fine.
Sounds like he really did rub you.
Well,
the
he was a
wrong way.
child too. So.
What's some other shows? What's another spinoff that you can think of like that?
What was the Laverne and Shirley spinoff of? Happy Days, right? No.
don't
I
know.
feel like One Day at a Time was a spinoff too, but I can't.
What was the Laverne
I
and
know.
Shirley spinoff?
I don't remember. I mean, I know shows that had spinoffs that nobody remembers, like Married to Children had a spinoff with Matt LeBlanc of Friends fame called Vinny and Bobby.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, which was his character from Married to Children and Bobby, whoever that was.
It was a spinoff of Happy Days.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, Happy Days had like 4 spinoffs. It had the Laverne and Shirley, Joni and Chachi, or Joni Loves Chachi,
Yeah.
Mork and Mindy, and I think it had another one too. It was not Charles in Charge, but Chachi in Charge.
Of Happy Days.
What was the TV show with Willis?
That was Different Strokes.
What you talking about, Willis?
I thought it was so. Remember that show Scrubs?
There's
I
more.
love
Just
that
so you know, there's more than that. There's other shows that you're not even. You don't
Happy
even,
Days
not even-
spinoffs?
Yeah, you're not even thinking about.
Oh man,
What was your favorite Happy Days? We got to talk about this. What was your favorite Happy Days episode? It's like a hands down if you're a real fan.
What are you gonna say when he jumped the motorcycle?
Come
in the car? Yeah,
on,
of course, yeah.
that's the fucking. That's it.
You're losing your shit over there.
He knows what. That's the episode.
Yeah, of course. That's
the episode. He
Wait,
jumps.
So that's 5 spinoffs we've named, and there's more.
Hold on. Let me just tell you.
This is kind of insane.
There are more.
Is it
I
gonna be
love
like
this.
8 is enough or something like that. And like, what is it? Wait. I'm sorry. Joni Loves Chachi, Mork and Mindy, Laverne and Shirley. We named another one.
Hold
This
on.
is why I'm here.
This is why you're here. I love this.
Happy-
Related shows: Laverne and Shirley,
Uh-huh.
Banksy's Beauties,
The artist? No,
Blanksy's. I'm sorry, Blanksy's Beauties,
Narian.
Mork and Mindy,
Sure.
Out of the Blue,
Never heard of it.
and Joni Loves Chachi.
Jeez.
So let's click on Blanksy's Beauties. 1977, ABC.
Will it last like 1 year?
Howard Cunningham's cousin. So Howard's cousin, she was visiting from Vegas, and then it
Sounds
premiered the
riveting.
following week. Like she was on the show. The next thing you know, they rolled out another show just right there.
Hey, that was like the spin-off era, really.
Mater D, blah blah blah. I don't know.
Can you name the spin-off of Golden Girls? And I don't mean Golden Palace, the last kind of show they made afterwards.
Golden Girls spinoff.
Yeah, it had like a doctor in really it was in common.
Oh shit.
He had a show.
And he was he was the guy that was on the
You said
show with
doctor.
Bob.
You said doctor. My brain
What
said
who was
Dr.
it?
Quinn, medicine woman. Do you
That's
remember?
true.
Do you remember that show?
Of course, I remember
Yeah.
that show.
I love we've just taken a spin-off turn.
Empty
here.
Nest, by the way.
Oh,
Empty Nest.
yeah.
I do remember that.
That's
That's
a good show.
fucked up. That's fucked up, man.
I like pulling out the Perfect Strangers thing because nobody makes that connection.
Perfect Strangers Family Matters.
Family Matters is a spinoff of Perfect Strangers.
It's a good spin-off.
I know, but it's like not even like
It's a good
it's
spin-off.
not even similar. We're both in Chicago.
What about
He worked at the newspaper with Larry Apple and Balky. No,
What
Balky
about,
wasn't
like,
there.
Small Wonder or
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, I used to watch that.
what about
There was another Robot Girl show.
Oh.
I'm confused with that. My
Oh.
my little something or I don't know.
Oh my God! It was
Oh.
amazing. The dad made her.
That was Small Wonder.
Okay. Yeah. There was
Hey.
another one.
He crafted his own child. Small Wonder. I think there was like a similar show, but yeah. Man, that was. You know what's funny? It's fun to think about these old shows that we loved as kids, but if you watch them, they're so terrible.
They're horrible.
They're all like
Yeah.
I remember when I torrented like all these like 80s, 90s, Max Headroom, all this stuff. I'm like, oh, Max Headroom's gonna hold up. Whew. It's not good.
Nothing.
No.
No,
But did you
it's-
know that the people who made Max Headroom made the Super Mario Brothers movie?
really?
Oh.
Like the writers, it was like a husband-wife team or something.
Huh?
That's why it was a weird sci-fi movie.
Huh?
You should watch that movie. It's interesting.
Huh?
Have you seen it?
The
Super Mario Brothers movie.
The movie. Yeah. Yeah.
So weird.
Where they were plumbers and they literally. Yeah. It was weird.
It's funny because John Leguizamo is another factoid. He was from New York, so he didn't have a driver's license. He didn't know how to drive. And he had to drive the big plumbing truck or something. And Bob Hoskins is on the back of it in one scene. And he like backs into a wall or something. He like crushed Bob Hoskins' hand. And for the rest of the movie, Bob Hoskins, if you just look at his hand, it's this giant, ugly prosthetic that they try to like make it look like it was his hand, but it looks comically large. So if you're no, don't watch it. It's terrible, but it's funny when you know that and you watch it. It's like he's got this giant, like, fake-looking hand because
He got
Leguizamo crushed it.
Yeah.
Best TV spin-off shows.
Well, you could say, but you know what? As much Saved by the Bell I watch, I've never seen Saved by the Bell, the new class. It felt wrong to watch, and it still does to this day.
I agree.
You want to know
I
another
can't
weird
jump
thing
in.
that only I would notice? You know the band Screeching Weasel, the old punk band from the Bay Area?
I've heard of them. I do not know their music.
So, like in Saved by the Bell New Class, they had to have like the same archetypes, you know, the jock, the nerd, the pretty girl, the cheerleader, you know, the same kind of characters. And the new Screech was named Weasel. I thought that was kind of interesting. Screech and Weasel. I don't think it's why they did it, but only I find that interesting.
What
You
was
found
that
it.
from? What episode was that from?
No, it was the whole New Class. It was an old
So
spin-off
instead of
show.
having a Screech,
and
the
they
new
just like
character was
copied the
Weasel.
characters basically, and whoever the Screech slot was filled by this guy Barton Weisel, aka Weasel. But eventually, Screech went on to that show to be Belding's assistant.
Weird.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
I was. Wait, what
They
show
even
was
have,
that?
like, a
What was
Lisa.
that show?
Saved by the Bell, the New Class.
And it wasn't Zach and those guys.
No, it was literally like a new production for the
Yeah.
next
This is-
generation.
I think I went to that taping.
Of the New Class?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
At Raleigh Studios.
Where?
I just say that I know that's where it was shot.
It was at,
No, it was like
at Warner Brothers.
Gower, I think.
Was it?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I just remember seeing the title cards at the
I
end.
remember
It was
going
Raleigh.
to a showing before whatever, and Screech was there, and he was part of the cast.
It had to have been.
Whatever. Fucking weirdo. Guy's a weirdo.
Were you excited to see Dustin Diamond in
I
person?
actually was, and then later it came out that he was
Such a
like,
douche.
yeah, he had like that controversy about videos
yeah,
and
yeah.
some whatever. I don't even
Yeah.
want to get into that. I
Yeah.
really don't even.
It's
I don't
a
even want to
little
talk about it.
Scatological.
Yeah, guys, something not
He's just
right
a-
with him.
Trying to be relevant. Idiot.
Yeah. So best spin-offs, huh? What about
you guys took it down a hole where I'm
what
like,
was
I'm
like
that bunny hole you jumped in?
Family
Mhm.
Ties?
That was no spinoff.
No,
was a
but
great
that
show,
was a
though.
great show.
The episodes where Skippy died and it's just Alex against the black screen. It's like
Oh,
sad.
So
and
tough.
it's just like it was like a one-man show. It was Still impressed. I watched that maybe 2 years ago. I was like still like feeling it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it got
was
you.
it Skippy that died? Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. It's yeah. That was the good stuff. I love Family Ties.
There was one. I'm trying to think of the guy. His name was Kirk.
Yeah,
Kirk
that's what
Cameron?
we're talking
Growing
about.
Pains.
Growing Pains.
Yeah, you know what's funny about Growing Pains?
Yeah.
His friend's name was Boner on Growing Pains.
That's fucking weird.
I
It was
would
something
watch
to
Growing
bone.
Pains, but you know what I always really wanted to watch when I was watching Growing Pains? Clarissa Explains It All.
Oh, that
So
was a
then
good
I would
show.
go watch Clarissa
She
Explains
made
It
video
All.
games.
Really?
No, I mean like at the end of every episode, she
yeah.
like to do
Yeah.
like to show the game that she made.
I
or
love
whatever.
it. I love that show.
I had such a crush on her.
Melissa Joan Hart's the bomb.
No, the mom. No, yeah, her.
Yeah, Melissa Joan Hart's the bomb.
Yeah, I love
She's
her.
like the
Where
original.
is she? God, I miss her.
I don't know.
You missed her.
So I was gonna bring up before
We should-
was
maybe she's got a podcast.
probably was
The Heartcast.
Punky Brewster.
Oh sure.
Such a great
Yeah, sure.
because there was the
That was
cartoon,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah,
right?
I
And
remember
then
the
there was the
cartoon.
show.
Mhm.
Yep.
And Soleil Moon Frye was on an episode of Saved by the Bell.
Wow.
Whipping-
She's
she
amazing.
ripped Screech off.
She's cool. Oh really?
Yeah, well, he made the special sauce, Screech's special sauce. The sauce you can have, but the secret, she's a mine, was the tagline. So he was becoming this like mogul of like spaghetti sauce that they sold like on TV, and she was gold digging him basically.
So awesome.
Her name was Robin.
She's
in
a
the show.
nine.
Well, she was like a teenager. At
The
that
sauce
point.
is free, but the secret
sauce
is
you could have, Jeremy, but the secret, she's a mine.
She's a mine.
It turned out they were ripping off of Betty. Oh, it wasn't Betty Crocker. It was like Betty Crocker because they couldn't say Betty Crocker on TV without paying for it. But yeah, they ended up suing them. Good stuff. I can always bring it back to Saved by the Bell. That's one thing I can make music for games, which we're not talking about anymore. But I do know everything.
We ran
about
away
Saved by
from
the Bell.
Friends for some reason. I don't even know why we ran away
Because
from Friends.
he's maybe a little
Whoa.
shy about.
No,
being
so here's the
that.
thing.
He's a super fan.
I'm not a super. Oh,
Not a super fan, but you're
big
not.
big fan.
It's
sure.
like one of the only things on TV.
Where do you draw
It's
the
like
line between
it's
big
like a-
fan and super fan?
I'm not trying to be like a cool guy.
It's like an
I'm
not Offspring, but there's
We're
It's not a super fan.
we're talking about Friends, and you're like, I'm not trying to be a cool guy.
you know.
Oh,
I'll
shit.
explain that in a second
Oh,
after
shit.
his point.
No, I
So there's certain music in life like Sublime, where
Oh,
it
that
doesn't
you
matter.
just hate.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you're at. You can just put it on, right? There's things like that in life.
some people
Sublime
ask,
might not be that for you, but Friends. There's very few things that are
Yeah,
on
it's
TV.
comfort food.
There's very few things that are on TV that are actually
my wife.
digestible.
My wife
Sure.
watches a
And
lot of it,
You
and
can just go to Friends and
I-
it just works.
I've learned that it's better than some of the other things that are on TV.
Sure. Here's what I don't like about Friends in today's world. So it got
It's
on Netflix, right?
irrelevant.
yeah.
And I love this. So I got made fun of loving Friends for years and years.
It's
I
top
have all the DVDs
top
still.
grossing show.
And like and then it comes out on Netflix and all this new generation of people, millennials and stuff, start watching Friends.
They love
And
it.
I love that. I'm like, I love when new people get into something that I was really into. And so then now all of a sudden I'm this guy who's just like, nobody's giving me respect for being there day one. Of course, it was one of the most popular shows in the world, and I realized that. But there's this whole new generation getting on board, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen it all like a million times. And then there was this whole backlash now because Netflix paid a bunch of money to keep it another year. Remember, it was going to go off Netflix. Everyone's like, no, Friends. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
I have
can't do
fucking
it.
Blu-rays like I do.
Wait, what are you talking about? You can literally turn on 4 stations on TV, and there's
Yeah,
always
exactly,
a
yeah.
Friends episode.
Yeah, but yeah.
Hey,
exactly.
guess what today is? A Friends marathon. Didn't you know if you knew that or not?
So there's this huge backlash now because Netflix spent all this money to keep Friends on. I'm like, fucking, it's their money. People want to watch Friends. I put it on in the background.
People are watching Friends and paying for it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Keep it going.
it's a very good show, and
The production was amazing. Like when you look at
Sure,
the quality and you look at the
shot on
camaraderie,
film, a
the
sitcom,
camaraderie and cast is
the
Sure.
best part about it is like
unbelievable.
there's one of the sets that they made for it, which is the coffee shop.
But
that was
Central
like
Perk.
that was still a redo of something else. They had that already going for something else,
Interesting.
right?
Did you know? I can bring back to Saved by the Bell. That's So Raven used the set from Bayside High. So if you watch any That's So Raven, it looks just like Bayside
We love the girl from That's So Raven. She's awesome.
Raven.
Raven.
Yeah.
Raven Simone.
Yeah, she's
Raven from That's So
great. Love
Raven
her. Yeah.
is okay.
But she has
She
a twin
she was
sister
in the
too.
Cosby Show.
Yeah, she has a twin sister too.
Was it really?
I
Doesn't
can't-
she?
We just went to Cosby.
Was it like a Mary-Kate Ashley
Wait,
thing, like
what?
on the Cosby Show?
Yeah.
Remember, she was like a little kid on the Cosby Show.
Bill's been having a rough life.
Oh, it's that Raven. That's right. What were the other girls? I forget.
Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Yeah.
Full House.
Yep.
Now Fuller House.
Joey and
Cut it out. I wasn't. I mean, that was the show I watched every day because it was
Fuller
on, but I didn't
sucks.
ever really like it.
Fuller
Yeah.
sucks.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
I watched the first
there's no,
episode.
it just sucks.
I watched the first episode,
Unbelievably.
whichever episode had all the people come back
Yeah.
on.
Horrible.
That's why I wanted to mention the thing about reboots,
And then
right?
Kimmy comes in, and you're like, no,
Yeah.
you brought her back.
Yeah.
No.
The Gibbler.
The
So-
Gibbler.
Reboots are always bad for the most part, right? We can agree.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example.
100%.
I got Tia and Tamara mixed up with Raven.
That
Sorry,
is
it's wrong.
terrible.
It's not right.
It's
to
not
do.
sister.
No, yeah, because Tia and Tamara is completely different.
Sister. He knows what's up.
It had Jack A on it. I loved her. That was one of my
Jack A.
first crushes when I was
Jack
a
A.
kid.
Remember when she was on?
227.
But she was also at the same time. She was also on Sesame Street.
That's right.
She was
She was
rocking.
everywhere.
Wow.
Jack
She
A.
was-
Harry was everywhere.
She was
back in the
killing
day.
it.
And that was one of my first crushes. I liked older girls, and I was a little kid.
She
Jack
had
A.
such a
Harry.
good smile.
Clearly,
and
you
such
know
a
her
good
name.
personality.
Jack A. Everyone knew Jack A.
Yeah.
back in the day.
And she was on 227,
She was
which
on Hollywood Squares all the time. She was on everything.
yep, she was just.
Yeah,
she didn't say
227.
no. She didn't say no a lot. She
Damn.
said a lot of yes. We got to see a lot of her.
I want to drill this point real quick about reboots, right?
All right.
Reboots are usually bad, right?
Yeah, normally.
If Wouldn't You Want a Friends reboot, a Saved by the Bell reboot, never. It's going to be terrible. But I will say, aside from, I don't know if you guys like Twin Peaks. I love the Twin Peaks reboot.
It was all right.
I loved it. I'm probably fooling myself though because I haven't watched it the second
Well,
time.
the original was a lot for me. I was too.
Oh.
I felt like I was too young to watch it. To
Oh, I was
to
too.
get
I remember my
sucked
mom used
into
to watch
Yeah.
it. But I'll tell you the best reboot on television is this: Will and Grace.
What?
I'm okay.
What?
First of all, I like Will and Grace. I don't love Will and Grace.
It was good. It was.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was good.
But the reboot is so true to the original show and a little modernized just perfectly. This is great reboot.
Does it feel so good that you realize you feel like there was no gap?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay,
That's
okay.
yeah.
Did
It is the best reboot ever.
you watch the Sabrina Teenage Witch reboot?
Oh, you mean like the new Netflix show?
Yeah.
I watched a couple of them. It
It's
was
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I like
I don't know.
it.
It's not a reboot. Oh, that's not.
Well,
really
it's a reboot because of
It's a-
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Not
Well, I
to
mean,
bring it
it's-
back to Melissa Joan Hart,
It's because
but
it was an Archie comic.
Melissa Joan Hart was the original.
It's true. Yeah. Oh, and I had a crush on
What was
Caroline
the
Ray
blink
too.
one? The lady
What?
that blinked.
Blinked.
Yeah.
In what show are we talking
She was a
about?
witch.
Oh, Bewitched.
Bewitched.
Yeah.
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 She could move her
that
nose.
Sound. Yeah. Ding, it made a little.
Samantha.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said like Tony Danza. Who's the
Samantha.
boss? Samantha.
That's not how he talked either.
Mona.
He was like more like, "Hey, how's it going?" Yeah.
Not Tony Danza.
No, the guy on the Bewitched show.
Oh, yeah.
He talked like a normal 50s guy, you know?
Transatlantic accent. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching that
Bewitched you were watching?
the Barbara Eden one.
Oh,
I Dream of Jeannie when I was a kid.
same kind of deal.
Yeah.
We were watching that
Very
recently. Oh, but I wasn't watching The Dream of Jeannie. I was watching Bewitched and like something about the say hi.
That's a copyrighted sound. You can't play it on the podcast.
Some there was an episode where like someone came and installed grass.
Bewitched?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like she wanted it gone, so she made it disappear.
Why
and
couldn't
then
she
he-
make it appear in the first place?
I don't know. And then he came back to like pick up the grass, and it was all gone. It was just fun. Whatever. It's
Classic Bewitched.
classic Bewitched episode,
She
basically.
blinked and twickled,
Yeah.
twitched her nose.
Diddle-diddle-doo.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the noise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that sound really copyrighted?
Yeah.
Don't I
The
get
phone sound is.
Don't
So-
I get 7 seconds?
Well, when you
Usually-
hear it in a movie, I think they have to pay for it. or at least
Usually,
that was
when
the
you
case.
come in here, we put our phones on silent, and then it'll make that noise.
But yeah.
Session,
why, you know, it's like-
session sounds.
My phone was on silent, bro. That was weird. It's still on
Emergency
silent.
bypass.
That was weird.
I don't even know how to say that's weird, but yeah, it's weird. How can
Wow.
your phone make noise when it's on silent?
I
That's a very existential question.
got nothing for
So
you, dog.
it's funny because it's like the Addams Family and the Munsters.
Mhm.
They're pretty similar shows, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Isn't there like
The same ballpark.
an
for
uncle
Sure.
on both of them and a
Yeah, they got uncles.
right?
Yeah, they're monsterish. I guess.
Yeah. Which one's better, the Munsters or the Addams Family?
Monsters.
I have to go Addams Family.
Addams
But I
Family's
didn't really
way
watch-
better.
I didn't really watch either of
Okay,
those.
way better as far as like entertainment value because they took it from something else.
What else would it be?
Which came first, the Munsters?
Monsters came
Monsters.
first. Way.
I think
Like,
they're both black and white, right?
Yeah.
but the Addams Family got turned into a bigger production.
Mm-hmm. Raul Julia, his last movie was Street Fighter the movie, which apparently he did just because his kid loved Street Fighter. It is not a good movie. How about that new Sonic movie? That looks terrible. Why would they make a Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
I don't know.
you
I love
serious?
all the
They're
memes.
making a Sonic the
He
Hedgehog
looks like-
movie.
Okay,
the
first of
memes are
all,
hilarious.
I don't like this either. Like, everyone complained what he looked like. He does look weird, and he has like human teeth. And they decided to postpone the movie to redesign him. They like, listen, I don't know, but it's still going to be terrible. Jim Carrey is Dr. Robotnik.
Listen to this. The Addams Family and the Munsters
Same week. they
both
premiered.
started in the same week.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I just,
What the fuck is
That's
this shit? That
crazy.
shit's weird as fuck.
Wow.
How would that even happen?
that is
The Munsters came out of their coffins. It was also the week that Bewitched was launched.
That's-
Fucking whole circle right here.
That
What
was
the
a
fuck?
three-
That was a busy week.
That is 3 classic shows in 1 week. They didn't know how good they had it back then in 1964. I don't know.
Damn.
Damn, because like think
Well, it
about
must have been the 50s. Was it 50s?
64.
I said 64. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
It's
Very-
totally
You're way
insane.
too in tune with this conversation.
I know.
You're just way too in tune. You're like, oh yeah, summer of '64. Yeah, I know
They
that fact.
started the same fucking week.
That's crazy.
It must have been a great week
Was it
for
June?
the fans of Macabre back in. That's how you say it, right?
Macabre, I think.
Macabre. Okay, whatever. In
know.
1964, on Friday, September 18th, the first episode of Addams Family was broadcast. 6 days later, the Munsters came out of their coffins.
That's crazy.
It was also the first week Bewitched was launched.
So Monsters was the
So
ripoff.
crazy. Oh, I
Wow.
know. The problem is they probably pitched the show and they
Yeah, 2 different networks.
or like some writer that was a part of it's like, I'm gonna go pitch this to ABC right now. Fuck that shit. But that's interesting.
It's weird that there's not a new like Addams Family movie out, reboot, or even a Monsters movie. I don't know if there
It'll
was a
come.
movie.
They'll come.
I'm not saying I want
It all like think
Does
about it. We've
circle.
had Beetlejuice.
It'd be
and-
great if like Christina Ricci was like a mom now and stuff. Like they're the same people, just older. Of course, no problem.
That would be cool. That
Christopher
would be
Lloyd's
cool.
still around.
Go back and watch that Sabrina Teenage Witch reboot.
Is it
You'll
good?
like
Well,
it.
do you know why I want to watch it? Oh God, I should admit this. I love that show Riverdale.
I'm a grown ass man with gray in my beard, and I'm talking to you about Sabrina Teenage Witch. Okay,
Well, you know,
it was a good show. I liked it.
oh the original. Yeah. I thought you
No,
meant,
the reboot.
no. I want to watch that,
Please do.
but
'Cause we'll-
it's the
then
people,
we'll talk about
it's
it.
People who make Riverdale make that show.
Do you remember Mystery Science
Don't-
Theater 3000? Do you
Yeah.
remember? He's just not chiming in. That's the problem over here. He's a little distracted. Something happened
He's
over
like
there
on
with
his
the
phone, adding it to his Netflix
This
list.
is
Like,
the
oh, you guys are
problem.
stupid.
Yeah, no, I got.
Does he have a Netflix account?
What me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was
Everybody?
just doing like
Hulu.
No, you were saying you were doing
I have HBO
Amazon
Go.
and stuff like that.
I
It
have
got
my
a little warm in
Amazon.
here, so I had to take my sweatshirt
Does
off.
the air conditioning turn on?
It did.
No.
I never find
Needs to
anything
be
on
pushed.
Amazon.
Amazon's okay. Why don't you don't watch
I don't watch anything
Grand
anymore.
Touring? Grand GT, what is
Is
the
that
show
the new
called?
Top Gear?
Yeah,
Yeah, I watch some of those. They're pretty
It's good.
It's not as good as Top
it's
Gear.
good.
Not as good as Top Gear.
What about what there was another show that I was gonna bring up. Fuck. Whatever. You remember the original Land of the Lost
Yeah.
with the
I never watched
keypad?
that.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about
I
though,
know,
right?
yeah.
So horrible.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Horrible.
Everything about it was horrible.
Horrible
It's like
TV
dinosaurs.
Like
show.
the
Stuff,
set,
right?
the lighting.
I
the
thought it was the
makeup.
coolest thing ever though, when I was a little kid.
It's a shit production.
Horrible.
Sure.
The fact that Will Ferrell like did a reboot of it is
Pretty
awesome.
awesome.
Wasn't Danny McBride in that or something?
I think so.
That was a great
that
show.
new Danny. Have you seen the previous new Danny McBride show?
No,
It's like,
but I
they're
think,
all like church people now. Like it's gonna be just that alone. It's like it's gonna be great. Like I had a song in his last show called Vice Principals. I just want to mention. I had a song in the finale of that show, and I love that show, Vice Principals.
Did you have more than one song on that show?
No, but it was also in a trailer, so I got paid twice.
That's what I mean by it. So you had 2.
But it's like they've
Placements.
used the full minute and a half of it and did the last episode. So
That's cool. That's definitely cool.
I liked that, but I was also excited for the show.
Danny
I loved, Eastbound is one of my favorite shows. Love that show.
It might be perfection.
Yeah,
just from a show standpoint.
Yeah. But this new one, it's got. Did you watch Vice Principals at all?
Yeah,
like it's got the other Vice
course.
Principal, Walter Goggins, whatever. He's in this show too. This new show. I forget what it's called. It's got this long ass name, but they're just like these evangelicals, like, and it's just that's all I know about it. I know it's going to be great.
Is the guy from Eastbound in it too? The other friend.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve,
I don't know.
So you mentioned
probably.
Eastbound, and then I'm just curious, where did Reno 911 come from?
That came
That's
from
where it came from the people from the state. Remember the state on MTV, a sketch show?
Okay.
I want to dip my balls in it.
Yeah, that's,
they would do.
Yeah,
there was a character. They would do cops as characters.
and
or something,
so is that
right?
where the short
Well,
cops
I don't
came
think it's
from?
related, but I'm saying like those people went on to do a lot of other shows, and this is years later. But Reno 911's one of them. Michael Ian Black, and Michael Showalter did. Those are 2 of my favorite people.
They did that.
They
what
did.
was the one where they were all dressed in the blue suits?
Oh, Viva Variety.
Viva
Was it?
Variety.
Yeah.
Horrible
So
show.
bad, yeah.
Horrible
Really bad.
show.
But a good.
It just goes to show you that you shouldn't give everybody a show.
But
Like Chevy Chase,
Yeah.
biggest failure in nighttime TV like ever. You gotta love that.
Why? I'm confused.
He just didn't belong
Just
doing
bombed?
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
He does. He's not
Was it a night show?
fucking David Letterman.
That's what I was to say. He wasn't
Yeah.
a night show. Yeah.
But a lot of those people from the state made Reno 911. I loved Reno 911. It was so I actually I don't even know what it's on now. I wanted to watch it the other day. And it's
I don't
not
know.
on
Those
anything.
guys are hilarious. But
Yeah.
I was gonna. Oh, that's what I was gonna bring up is Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like all the things we're talking about would be fun to do.
Yeah,
in
I haven't
like
really
that
watched
kind
the,
of format.
the reboot of that yet. I watched
I haven't
like
either.
one
Well,
or
I went
two.
to the. They did a thing at the
The
shrine.
riff tracks thing.
No, but it was like they did Mystery Science Theater 3000 live
Oh, okay.
at like a concert I went to. It
Well,
was
that's
pretty cool. It was
Joel
pretty awesome.
Hodgson
Yeah.
and everything. That's
Yep.
awesome. Yeah, I loved
Pretty
that when I was a
awesome.
kid.
Do you know that show?
Which
Mystery Science Theater 3000?
I know the name. I can't pull the.
So it was this guy and 3 robots or 2 robots or
Mhm.
something, and
Crow and
they would sit in front of a screen and watch horrible like black and white movies and common
like a lot of
on
like
them.
Yeah.
kaiju, like old monster, like Godzilla ripoffs and stuff. Like
horrible movies. And they'd be like,
Gojira.
"Oh, sure, this is the part where yeah, of course, now the plane's gonna come in."
yeah, but
Great,
they just
yeah.
they just talk over the movies like ad libbing and stuff, and it was great.
Yeah, and then they'd go on like a tangent for like 10 minutes about
Yeah.
something nothing related to the movie at all. It's a good show. I liked it.
I used to watch that a lot. That was a good after school show
Yeah.
on Comedy Central.
No, you never seen that show?
No, I draw a
We'll have
blank
to
on
watch. We'll have to watch that sometime. It's good. What about you? You got shows? What's your shows, man?
it. You guys ran through so many topics so quick. It just hurt. That hurt.
I watched like 3 shows, and 2 of them are over, so I got nothing.
Yeah,
What shows do you
lately,
watch?
Oh, I had to watch Game of Thrones.
Okay,
'Cause
but
she watched it.
did you start Chernobyl yet?
No.
well, I want to watch that.
There's so many things I want. I just don't have time.
I want to go home and watch that tonight.
That one.
That
one,
looks good. I
that's-
like that guy that's in it, the main guy.
They literally, it's minute by
Lane
minute.
something.
It sucks you in. You'll go through the first 3 episodes, get pissed. You don't have 4.
Right.
Yeah.
They really don't want people to cancel their HBO accounts. The last episode of Game of Thrones it started because they always start with a commercial for HBO stuff. It was this giant commercial of everything that's like, look,
Oh, yeah.
this is what we have.
Yeah.
We have all this
Don't
stuff.
turn it off
Don't
right
cancel
when the
us."
show's done.
Carnival. What was the Boardwalk? Sorry, Boardwalk.
I didn't watch that Boardwalk Empire.
Hey, go back and
Steve Buscemi.
oh,
It's
dude,
good. Okay.
it sucked me in.
Okay, I believe it.
I got hooked.
I know good people made that show.
No, seriously though, that show is brilliant, and
Yeah.
I don't use that term loosely with that type of stuff. It's an amazing. It really, really, really pulled me
Oh,
in
yeah, I want
to the point where I was like, because I wasn't a big what was the Goomba show before that?
Sopranos.
See, I wasn't into that.
Really?
I
like
get
that.
it. I appreciate it. I understand. I just didn't.
I never watched the last season.
I didn't
yeah.
get in, and every time I would try and get in, it just seemed like it was like, oh, we're meeting at the thing and someone messed up, and it just seemed like the same thing every time.
Yeah, sure.
Where with Boardwalk they pulled in like Luciano or these guys that you knew their names if you're even remotely a fan of mobster history at all, you know? It was really cool. So there's like this cool convergence that happens with names that you might be familiar with and their storylines and stuff like that.
Well, I know it won a bunch of awards and stuff too.
It's that show, I'm telling you. Did you get into that at all?
Well, it's like a
I got into
mobster show.
Sopranos. but,
Sopranos is a great
yeah.
show. Don't get me wrong.
I've been trying to get Robin to watch Sopranos because the prequel movie's coming out in 2020.
with the son, right?
Yeah, his actual son. That's
His
weird.
actual fucking son is gonna play it.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Gandolfini's son.
Yeah.
He's just like his dad, man.
There was
That's
a bunch of shit
crazy.
that happened. So when that first got aired, everyone in the family, they got upset about it because they hired people from the family to coach them through scenes. Like, no, we wouldn't do it like that. No, we wouldn't do it like that. No, we wouldn't fucking kill him like that. We'd kill him like this. And then literally, I remember when it aired, my grandfather got a phone call, and then everyone's fucking yelling at each other because they're giving away family secrets. Because they
What are you
hired,
talking about? Who's Family Secrets?
like the Sopranos, they hired people from the
oh,
family.
actual mob family.
They,
Okay,
they
I didn't know
hired
that.
to coach the production so that the production was accurate to how they handled things.
Oh, that's funny.
And so then they created an uproar because it was like
People were not happy about
they were
that.
not the people in the family were not
They don't like
happy
that kinda
about the
shit.
fact that the shit was like accurate.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like
they don't know what
that's how we do it.
Hollywooding up a movie is.
Yeah, and
sure.
it's crazy because that's how the family operates too. Like, it's interesting. Like, there's coming from the family, I've had some family members disappear. You know,
There's shows I
It's a trip.
started watching. I want to finish Better Call Saul because I like
Yeah,
that a lot.
that's a
But
spin-off.
I only watched the first 2 seasons.
That's
That's
a spinoff of
Yeah,
Breaking Bad.
I think it's better than Breaking Bad.
I don't know.
I never
I
got
like
into
Breaking
Breaking Bad. I never got into it.
Better. I mean, it's got Bob Odenkirk.
I don't know why.
The-
I don't know if it was the teacher was too old and just.
What are you
I just.
talking
I don't
about?
fuck. I couldn't get into it.
What?
The
It
main
was
character.
it was really good. It was kind of corny, I think, especially near the end. But I mean, it's good. It was good. I was riveting all the way through to the end.
That pool
I
scene.
never got sucked in.
Yeah,
That pool scene
Yeah.
where he gave everybody the
Yeah.
poison.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That dude is bad fucking ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I wish
Better
I
Call
knew.
Saul. It's got Michael McKean. He's so good in it.
So he killed everyone at the pool scene or something.
This motherfucker's badass. You
Just
gotta
watch
go
it.
back. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Just watch.
There isn't a lot of TV where I'm like, holy shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's moments.
sure.
There's a lot of stuff I'm like, all right, I get the foreshadowing. This is gonna happen. I like see into it a lot. You know?
Enough about Friends, Jeremy.
Okay, but there's certain scenes like you know what I'm talking about when
Yeah.
they just
Oh,
they
yeah.
go to the next level and you're like, oh, they did it.
Yeah.
They're actually he's gonna. Oh wow.
I feel like when you said the next, excuse me, when you said the next level, my brain thought about Train Spotting.
Train Spotting's a crazy movie too.
Yeah, they went there.
I
They
never
went-
saw the second one.
They went there.
No,
I heard it was
didn't
still
see
pretty
it.
good. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I didn't see the
I didn't
second
love-
one.
I mean, I've seen Trainspotting like once when it came out. So I don't really remember it, except for that
Trainspotting.
Underworld song.
What made you go to Train Spotting?
His
just
love of
next
heroin.
level.
Yeah, it was crazy, especially when the suppository it's seen in the toilet and like
Part
they're-
when he like goes into that
yeah,
K
it's
hole.
just like they did a damn good job on that. They really did.
Did you guys see this this thing about the mayor of Ibiza? What do they call this guy?
Ibiza.
Ibiza.
Ibiza? Are we talking about the song that guy
No,
sang?
the guy.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I took
He,
a pill
like,
in Ibiza.
That's Posner. We know that song. But I'm talking about this guy, and he's hung out with everyone, and he said the best sex he's ever had was with Grace Jones.
Really?
But he's hung out with like
Who's Grace Jones? Oh, I had to say it. I don't know.
She was a androgynous model from the
but
80s.
she also did music at the same time.
Yeah, she did music, and she was in Red Sonja, like one of the Conan
Okay.
movies.
Yeah.
I think Red Sonja, maybe the third one. She was like a popular figure in like the 80s.
Sex was that good, huh?
David Bowie went out with her, right? Something like that.
something
Maybe?
like
I
that.
don't know.
They probably met in Ibiza.
Yeah.
But he's hung out with like George Michael and Kylie Minogue and all these people. He was like the guy, and he had a big hotel in Ibiza, and a lot of people would go there and stay. And I don't know what made me think of that, but I thought it was cool to bring that up.
Chris
We'll
Jones.
just throw another topic in
Why not?
for this whole time.
Chris Jones.
Grace Jones is amazing. What an
Mhm.
amazing figure. Literally. Literally.
Mhm.
You don't know who Grace Jones is?
No.
If you saw it, you'd
Hold on.
recognize
I'll Google it.
You should. It's worthwhile Googling.
I'm on it.
I forget what really. Yeah, she had songs. I remember.
Grace, American Jamaican supermodel.
There you go.
Grace.
What was the name of that song?
Jones.
I don't know.
Yes, I know her face. She looks very familiar.
Was she in Red Sonja?
Slave to the Rhythm, is that what it was?
I don't know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Rhythm is both the song's
Oh, yeah.
magical and its demonic charge.
So that's about all we can play.
Sure.
It's like 7 seconds.
I feel like someone like Prince made the song or something like that. I don't remember.
Probably.
It sounds about right.
That would make sense.
Yep.
Someone like that, but Prince or Boz Scaggs.
Bob.
One of the two.
Either or. It's about a 50-50. He's uncertain if it's Prince or Bob Scaggs.
Who knows the difference, really?
I mean,
Boz.
You get them confused all the time,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know.
Wow.
Oh, those are Bob Scaggs songs. 1999. You know.
Yeah, right?
Totally.
Okay.
I get it confused all the time. I'm uncertain. Uncertain to who we're.
Sure.
I think maybe this is a good time.
Are we good?
I think we're good.
It's 11 p.m. exactly.
Yeah.
It's
I got
good.
I got
It's
to
good.
go.
Close me out, man.
We're gonna close this motherfucker.
You gotta
out right
look
now.
Let me find it for today.
The Bob Scaggs
This is
reference.
like the Rugrats version of a sea shanty.
That's what I like about that. I think that's where we started with all of this, wasn't it? Rugrats, Doug. What was the other show? There was 3 shows you said.
Boom! It should kick in there, but it doesn't. It keeps going.
Let's get the remix.
Oh,
going
it'll
on this
kick in. It'll drop in a
motherfucker.
minute.
The guys
It
in the studio are like,
It
I'm gonna let
drops.
it breathe.
Yeah, it drops. Just wait. It's
I'm gonna
coming.
do double that.
Ready?
part.
There's no way to get
Lift
that
it up a
turnaround
little.
part
Right
right here.
There we go. That's
Because
it.
otherwise, the
It's very
snare-
Tim and Eric.
Yeah.
It is. It's
It's fun.
very
It's a very awesome show.
Oh.
All right.
fuck.
Well, today was the letter H, right? The letter H.
Best guess ever. Right?
Honeydew.
We had a
Honeydew.
go- I actually had a really good
Yeah,
time.
and
And
hold
we
on.
needed
That's what I
that.
do.
We needed that after getting our asses handed to
That's right, I
us.
bring the party.
There's
my tunnel.
Gabe Castro.
That is where I keep my escape pod.
GabeCastro.com. YouTube's Gabe Castro.
YouTube's
Gabe Castro
/
Media.
Gabe Castro Music.
Music. Yeah.
He's got a SoundCloud.
I do. I haven't. I forgot my password for that. So it's a little out
He's
of
got a
date.
SoundCloud. Check that out for all his fresh material.
That's
All
right.
the latest
All
stuff
that
is up there.
5-year-old plus stuff.
5 years old.
No, it's music made by 5-year-olds.
Oh,
Oh.
5-year-old music.
It's the new upcoming
it's
hits.
not how old the music is. It's
the
that he
producer.
hired some 5-year-olds to
If
knock
you're
it
into
out.
retro video games, I have an Instagram for that. It's Gabe Cube, like GameCube. Gabe.cube.
Cool.
Oh,
check it
Gabe
out.
Cube.
Gabe.
Does it spin
Cube.
backwards?
I don't think you can do that.
Right? Isn't that the cool thing about GameCube games is they spin the other way?
Do they?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe in Australia.
No, not south of the equator.
The equator. Where's that
On
line?
the
Where
That's
the,
weird. I think you're right, actually.
They do.
I never noticed
My
that.
buddy has
I'll
that
go check it out
Panasonic,
tonight.
the Panasonic
The
thing.
Q?
Yeah,
silver thing?
that'll play like
Wow.
Japanese one.
yeah. So when it plays those games, it plays them the other way.
That's cool. I want one of those.
I do too, actually.
I'm now. So what? Do you get a different game if you spin it the other direction because it's taking in
No,
input?
it's just
differently?
how it wrote the game. It writes it that
Okay.
way instead of this way.
Okay. All right.
So it goes
It's kind of like Hebrew instead of English. To the left
No,
instead of the right.
This way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is very. I've been playing that Yoshi's Crafted World. game.
feels a little
This is
bit like
very
that.
Yoshi.
Well, when we
game
found it-
sounding.
We liked it.
Oh, I love it.
All
I'm
right,
not even joking.
let's turn it off, but don't shut the computer down. I want to do some stuff, and then we'll tune back in next week. See you guys. Thanks, Gabe Castro.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michael. Sunday evenings. I had a great time this week.
Where are we at?
We're out of here.
We're at a little tiny
Lock
building.
it down, and
RMC.
in North Hollywood.
Yeah,
I'll do
Jeremy
this
feels
every week.
Jeremy feels
Not
so
every
much
week.
better after getting our asses handed to us.
We got our asses.
handed to us. Oh my God.
Yep.
So you made this. So
You
nice.
jumped in. We jumped into the wrong arena last 2 weeks ago.
There
Oh.
you go.
Can we play that sound? Bye, everyone.